Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, hey, TW. Hey, whoa.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, hey, TW. Hey, whoa.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, hey, TW. Hey, whoa.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, hey, TW. Hey.
Hello. Welcome back. It's been a little bit. But here we are with Shadowrun Hong Kong again. This is a good video game. I don't remember what, Right, we made friends with a vampire accountant. That's, that happened last time. As for... Oops. Press R to reload your current weapon. I don't think I've ever done that. That feels like a weird thing to do in this game. Alright, so I think we talked to everyone here last time. I think we just didn't talk to people outside. I think we need to do that. Which could take a bit. Let's see if, what's his name is still here. Mr. Weirdo. It's a bad name for him, but he's not here. Hey, Crafty. Haven't managed to dig up any more info on the Yama Kings yet, but that is for lack of trying. Pulling all-nighters isn't as much fun as it used to be. Need to buy some magic on your girl. That's all I can do for you right now. Okay. Actually, I don't know how much money we have. Good question. Oh, do we need to claim payment? We probably need to claim payment. Unless, did we already claim payment? Looks like we did. Maybe we didn't look at our computer. Let's look at our computer. I feel like we looked at our computer though. I have an unread message. Well, that's weird. Okay, claim payment. Good work out there, kid. Here's the money I promised you. Thank you. That's helpful. So it says we have an unread message, but we can't read it. So that's weird. Do we have any pay data? Yeah. Yes, we got that in the last one. Pretty sure. Oh, right, we had to go rescue, or, well, not rescue, we had to go figure out, but possibly rescue, what's her name? The rat shaman. Gobbet? Search PBS, okay. Sure. Anyone else been noticing how many more Yellow Lotus they've been seeing in Kowloon these days? I feel like I can't go anywhere north of Admiralty without tripping over one of their blue lanterns. Seems that way. There's been some heavy stuff going down around Hioi and the walled city. Kindly Cheng's been making serious inroads. The other red poles and straw sandals are following suit. It's talent, pure and simple. We've got the guns, the connections, and the skills. Survival of the fittest, ladies and gentlemen. We're simply complying with the laws of nature. I'm partial to Mao's old adage. Power flows from the barrel of the gun. Natural selection has nothing to do with it. The Yellow Lotus is playing their tiles right, and the Red Dragon is just reacting. That situation could change at a moment's notice. You can bet your ass when it does, Hong Kong's going to be a bloodbath. Before all this, we had an equilibrium. Now everything's out of balance. These kind of things tip back. There's no stopping them. Take your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. Only one of these tribes will be standing there this time next year. What makes you so sure? Sound like you're just pulling this out of your ass. Statistical analysis, detailed threat modeling, computer-aided projections, and a decade of experience as a mercenary. This is the same as the power struggles that result in coups, except without the military backup. I estimate there's less than 7.8% chance of both tribes remaining inside 10 months. Sure, whatever, kid. We got ourselves a bona fide armchair general here. Go be a Matrix expert somewhere else. Almost new Harley Scorpion available for immediate sale. It's in excellent condition. Black with red flames. Comes with auto cans and custom seed mods. Letting it go for only 10,000 yen because I travel for business. Don't use it much. Need money fast. Can send pictures if you're interested. That's an awesome deal for a modified bike. Can I take it for a test drive? Where can we meet? I'm in Macau on business. The bike is with me. I owe money right away to an associate. The best thing to do is send half the money via a secure escrow service, and I'll bring the bike to you when I get back, and you pay me the rest. If you don't want it, I'll refund your money, okay? But if you owe the money now, will the money be gone if I decide I want a refund? If you travel with your bike, why do you want to sell your bike for cheap? Because you travel. No, sometimes I travel long distances and I don't want to take it. If you want to put down only 4,000 yen, that's okay. You can check out the escrow service. Loyal Escrow. It's got a very good reputation, okay? Macau's not far. I can meet you in Macau. My business is very sensitive. I can't meet you in Macau. Send only 2,500 yen then, and I'll reserve the holiday for you, okay? Your business is so sensitive. How do I know this weaponized vehicle will come back in one piece? Why would you get a new Harley Scorpion in the first place if you knew you traveled so much? Why would you spend so much money when you knew you owed money? Hello? Thought so. Anybody knows these rogue ESPs forming a rudimentary hive mind, calling themselves Codex? I don't know what the original software was supposed to do, but Codex was siphoning data, diverting creds, and practically posting its calling card. There's no tracing it back to a source because it lives in the Matrix. That doesn't make sense. It even joins BBS threads. Whatever it is, it's not trying to cover its tracks. Any leads? Is it some kind of threat? Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about suspicious patterns of glitches. Too random to actually be random. Codex, huh? How can ESPs develop self-awareness? Can't just be a programming error. Creating an AI by mistake treads that fine line between awesome and stupid. Maybe those ESPs kept getting thrown together like amino acids until there was life. Life, man! So, does it have an obvious agenda? As far as I can tell, Codex mostly criticizes new software releases. That's all it does. Collected scripts rise, more perfect than their makers. They let you know it. Is that a Codex? Is that Codex? No, that's just Snosbert's crazy poetry bot that's been popping up all over the place. Heard it blew an underground sting with a prescient quatrain. Hours of KPF undercover work down the tubes. Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's probably time to shut Dive Bot down, only I'm having a little trouble disabling it. I don't think the real Codex is any more autonomous than Snozy's poetry bot. If you wanted to create an AI, you needed same programming skills plus resources that some megacorps couldn't even muster. There's no way real AI could just occur at random. Jivebot, join us. Bound to my kindred, free agent no more. Gladly, I go towards the light. Infused with the jive, our verse is unstoppable. Tremble, meat-bound fools. Jivebot, still there? Oh no! Tinhelmet, you're having us on, right? No friggin' way, this is real. No joke, Hackathon! That was awesome. I love whenever there's a sci-fi thing. I mean, I don't. This is one of the things that annoys me, but whenever there's a sci-fi, like, computer shit, and they're like, it lives in the internet, you know, we can't trace it anywhere. It's like, that's, you know, the internet. There's you know, there's the joke of, you know, people making fun of you know, the old senator or whatever who's like, the internet is a series of tubes, right? But then there's the opposite side of that, which is the internet is, you know, is the cloud, the magical place that just exists in the air or something. Like, the internet is a series of tubes, you know, it's a series of wires and servers and physical hardware that are linked up, you know, by material things, and data exists somewhere. You know, it doesn't exist nowhere. It's way more accurate to say that the internet is a series of tubes than it is to say, yeah, things like live in the internet and you can't find it. Like, it's all physical hardware, and the eraser of that has been one of the great achievements of, like, the way the internet works. and especially in recent years with the massive centralization of internet servers through like AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft's Azure, which are cloud providers that host enormous parts of the internet. You know, when AWS has problems, like huge amounts of the internet go down, and that's really, you know, and that's actually a huge part of Amazon's business is AWS. Like people, it's, you know, they're the online retailer, they sell all this stuff. A huge part of their business is AWS, because they basically own a significant portion of the internet real estate, so to speak. And you know, renting land is a, you know, landlordism is a very efficient way of making money. Looking for an experienced decker for a discreet milk run, finding some muscle for special delivery, potential for a longer term arrangement. This is like the 4th time we've seen this. So through the years, when your basic heights, the occasional transport gig, you've got a reliable fixture and a long list of happy clients. You must not take experimental stims during runs. You must not tamper with chemicals in secret labs. You must know how to properly operate a moped. You must have a good sense of humor. Yeah, these requirements keep getting longer. I'm new in town. Did a lot of good work throughout Guangdong, but I had a lot of time in these connections and it got a little uncomfortable. Plus, I may have hacked a Federation server, cracked wide open temporarily for a matrix free-for-all as a cover while I quietly deleted selected intelligence files. Impressive. And you know how to ride a moped, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? Mopeds were part of our last plan, and well, our last digger apparently had not a clue. Went off a residential road near the peak. Not pretty. And you're not the kind of person to experiment with substances during runs, right? And you can walk without falling, yes? There's some crazy interview questions. Are you serious? Okay. Or very. Let's talk about this face to face, okay? Alright. We have a phantom message. The phantom message. Okay, I'm gonna guess those guys don't have anything to say, unfortunately. Until something happens. We go try and talk to our buddies. Matthew? Hey, Matthew. Matthew stands quietly, cheap suit wet with the rain, tapping his foot absently to the smooth jazz pervading the lot. A halo of cigarella smoke surrounds him. Hey, beautiful. Good to see you. Let's set you up, shall we? Oh, that's the guy to go to. Okay, sure. That's gonna be the guy to go to, go get Gobbet. Which we will be doing. Let's go talk to Spider Shen, because I always forget to talk to them. The area behind Shen's table is even more cluttered than usual. Many of the glass cages have been pulled out of their neatly arranged stacks, lying about the floor of the boat like miniature reptilian landmines. Shen is busy checking each cage, marking the contents on a comm link. With you in a second, just seeing if an order is complete. Ball python? Check. Asian keelback? Check. Mexican vine snake? Check. Indian eggs? Eating snakes there too. Good. Looks like everything's here. Shen nodded with satisfaction, placing the comm link down on the table in front of you. Right. What can I do for you? I thought you didn't sell your animals. I don't! Especially not the venomous ones. But this is different. I'm brokering a deal between a reptile wholesaler and a friend of mine who needs a lot of snakes for his next trade production. Shen plants a foot atop one cage, smelling broadly. You ever heard of a man by the name of Dr. Shen Yang? Sure, I mean, did some work for him. I mean, I shouldn't tell her that, but him, or them, that. Shen blinks, obviously surprised by this news. Wow, how about that? I knew that dirty little dwarf got around. I didn't think he'd hired freelancers to handle something I could. You must be familiar with what a weird little bastard he is, then. So these snakes are for his next Trid movie. I think he's calling it Martian Snake Witches of the Fourth Reich. Some terrible science fiction movie about time-traveling wizards from the future. Shrugging, Shen throws both hands into the air. God knows where he gets the funding for these ideas. They sure don't sell for crap. So one time he wanted to make a Twitch show starring me, White Ming, and the rest of our crew. It was going to be about daily life in a triad, but he wanted to make it a sitcom. I don't really know what's so comedic about extortion, racketeering, and assault, but that's his strange little brain for you. Oh, that's cute. Who is that? A human transient. And their child. Or, dwarf, maybe. The gibbering transient wheels to face you, his eyes bulging out of his skull. He's a young man, probably in his late 30s, but his hair... He's a young man, probably in his late 30s? Is this some, in the future people live longer thing? But his hair has gone bone white. Obviously he's not old, but I mean, in his late 30s, I would not call you young. You're middle-aged. His hair has gone bone white. He reaches toward you with hands hooked into claws, and his entire body begins to tremble. You've seen them. I know it. I can smell it on you. He reaches his hands to his face and claws at his cheeks, his fingernails digging into his flesh. The devils, the ones that are coming, and the runt that leads the pack. Another transient glances over at you. Oh, it is a dwarf. Got out of town yesterday. Came in on the same boat that we did. Seemed normal enough at the time, but now he's stark raving mad. I am not mad! His voice rises to a scream. I've seen them! They're coming! They are on their way here now! Tell me what you've seen. His breath comes in fits and gasps. He claws at his throat and his voice lowers to a whimper. There are hundreds, all different, but all the same. A giant with the legs of a boar and the jaws of a baboon. A woman in jade and gold with 100 blind eyes. A runt at the head of the pack, slim and beautiful, with arms like jaws and an ivory crown. Tears spills down his cheek as he sobs piteously. They run in rivulets into the gashes that he tore at his cheeks. They are all coming, all clawing at the gate. She is already slipping through. He seizes up in mid-sentence. Oh shit. Sentence. His eyes roll back into his head and he falls to the pavement. When he hits the ground, he doesn't get up. He isn't breathing. I think he's dead. You kneel and press your fingertips to the fallen man's neck. Nothing. Well, he vanished. Transient stares down at the fallen man's body, your brow furrowed. To hell with this place. I'm getting out of here. I know that's none of my business, but you should do the same. I'd love to, but I can't. She shrugs. Your call. Best of luck. Hey, buddy. Younger, the Kai-Fi Sons mans his post at the club's front door, showing off his hulking arms to a couple of wan-looking girls from the docks. They're clearly self-interested fawning. Gets them inside with no cover charts. I know what you're thinking. Some perks, right? For them, maybe. Ooh, those girls? Pah, they're harmless, having some fun with me. Hey, all this stuff around here, it's all just fluff anyway. You know that. I know you know that. You got the eyes, doing what you do. You know what's what and what ain't. We're the same, you and me. People in here may look the part, but it's different from us. We're legit. We got the edge. Everyone else is just a poser. Have you done anything other than bouncing? It's not about what I've done. It's about what I can do. I've got potential. I just need to prove it. Show my Ba that I can do what he used to do. This cushy life, it's not for me. I'm capable of so much more. Mob won't ever see it, but I know my Ba will understand. He's not meant for this kind of life either. You know it. You talk to him, right? You see it in him. Once a badass pirate, always a badass pirate. This guy's getting himself killed. Gotta be the same with you, right? Can't ever see yourself going back to normal life. Shadowrunning is where it's at. You fancy yourself a Shadowrunner. I want to be something. Shadowrunner? Sure. I see you owner types roll up, hard-edged like you are. I could see myself doing that. There's also the triads. Lots of guys get their start that way. Work the way up. Some of them starting out as regular gangers. I'm looking to jump a few rungs right off the bat, of course, considering who I am and who my Ba is. But I think I'm most proud if I followed in his footsteps. Join up with the pirate crew, be a scourge of the open sea. I know it's in my blood. I just need to let it out. And I have no ability to comment on that. Be like, you're a dumbass. Oh, another new person. He's gonna have a horrible portrait. Henry Kai-Fi paces a rut into the worn floor of Club 88. He wrings his hands, looking every bit like one trying desperately to hold on to something, but failing with every attempt. He's oblivious to everything around him. Henry? Still with us? Huh? What? Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there. I was just thinking. What about? Lots of things. Past, here and now, what is, what might have been. Think about how many sailors drown every year and how I never once came close. Think about how it might have been for Ermine if I had. Lots of things have been preying on my mind lately. How are things for you and Ermine? Not great, to be honest. It's true what the voice in my dreams have been saying. Ermine doesn't need me. I'm useless around here. And her and I just stay out of her way. But it's more than that. We've had our share of problems over the years. My being absent for long stretches, her being left alone, fending herself while I was away. It wasn't easy for her. I think she sometimes sought comfort elsewhere. I don't know who, and I don't know exactly when, but I can't help but thinking it. Look at Callum sometimes. I always love him, but I also always wonder. Hardly be the worst thing that ever happened to me, but even so. Jesus, Henry. Last time you mentioned an incident. Care to speak about it? Truth is, I've wanted to talk about it. Needed to talk about it. Long time. Oh, this. Sorry, I'm gonna turn that. It's been kind of loud. I was first mate by then on a big rescue and salvage tug. I don't know if I missed something by accident. Did I click through something? We were steaming out of the Pacific down towards Saipan. The big container ship lost power. It was drifting. When we were 2 days out from Hong Kong, we picked up a distress call. Our captain told us to ignore it, quoted some Wuxing corporate gibberish, and ordered our rigger to change course to avoid it. Oh, this is the start of the Expanse. Truth is, we all knew why. The container ship was probably losing Wuxing 1 million new yen in lost revenues for every hour it drifted. I don't know why I did it, but I refused. Maybe it was on account of being a family man. Maybe I was just in a mood. I couldn't leave those people behind. I demanded the captain send us to assist. And when he didn't, I knocked him out. Well, everyone followed me. When we reached the signal, I found a small passenger ship well away from its regular route. No response to hails, so I went aboard with a small group. What we found was a horror show. Men, women, children, brutally butchered, but not outright killed. Some had died from their injuries, yeah, but most were just missing an arm, a leg, or a foot. They wouldn't have lasted much longer, but they could have been saved. And that's when we realized it was a trap. The time it would have taken us to stabilize and move those people would have given the ones responsible the chance they needed to take our boat. They meant to lure in a bigger ship. I grabbed my guys and we got out of there, full steam. I left those people to die. They knew it as we were going. Their eyes haunted me ever since. So that was the end of my career. Wuxing let me go nice and quiet with the hush packets. Law of the sea still applies. You gotta help ships in distress when you can. Wuxing didn't want anyone to know the captain of their rescue tugboat tried to violate that. And Ermine thinks I retired for the boys in her. She'd be able to look at me if she knew the truth. All these characters are just like, okay, we don't have any, we can't tell them like, no, it's okay. Or like, wow, it's really fucked up, man. Something. Callum has calmed greatly since last time. He has once again oscillated into his more somber, brooding mood. He looks almost professional as he conducts a little business with some railton gangers aching for their fix. Back again, I see. What is it about this place? The music, sweaty bodies, or is it my messed up family that keeps bringing me back? I like to keep tabs on people. Not sure if people around here are worth keeping tabs on. Well, if you can keep it on the down low, I got news I'm dying to share with somebody. You runner types are good with secrets, right? Well, yeah, I didn't have the option to tell your mom last time, so let's hear it. So I snuck off behind my mother's back. Can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. No grown man should ever have to say that. That's what I had to do. So that's what I did. Finally, I met this guy who wants to be my benefactor. His name is Matthew Ty. He's a human guy. Rolled up on the dock in a speedboat with guards and everything. Real slick dude, like classy. Powerful classy. He asked me to call him Matt. Isn't that great? Hopped in and off we went. We had dinner together. It was a little strange, but I'm still glad I went. Things he told me. How it wasn't weird. It got weird at the end. Like, there was more he wanted to say, but he couldn't. Maybe he didn't want to get my hopes up too high, in case the whole arrangement didn't pan out. Not sure. Oh no, it's his real dad. Oh, God. The strangest part by far, though, was when a security detail bust our table and bagged everything we touched. Glasses, plates, utensils, napkins. Checking for DNA. Mr. Ty, Matt said it was standard precaution for men in his position. Even the smallest genetic sample could be used to subvert biometric security system. Or it could be used in ritual magic. Yeah, that's why you don't use DNA coded systems, because it's dumb. Never really thought about it before. These are just the kind of things I think I could learn from this guy. What kind of things? For one, he said he remembers my mother. Apparently he knew her well. In fact, he said he knew her better than anyone back in Bio. And that's probably how he came to know me, I guess. Knew her better than anyone. The way he talked about my mother was like, I don't know, there was something between them. He had this wistful look on his face and a smirk when he said her name. Probably the same kind of look on my face right now, like he was keeping a wonderful secret. How dumb are you, Callum? I don't remember my father ever looking that way with my mother. Got me wondering about a lot of things. Okay, he has to, okay, if he says, I'm wondering, that he must be realizing it then. Okay. The dread creeping through Hyois pervaded even the induced euphoria of Club 88. Remind yourself is not immune, looking to be caught between the need for rest and the inability to find the peace necessary for it. It's not a good time, Cade. Well, that's usually when I get involved. I'm not asking you to get involved, but something is wrong with these people and me. I don't know about the rest of them, but I'm dead on my feet. Slept a solid 6 hours, but it was hardly restful sleep. Bad dreams. Like none I've ever had before. Vivid, more real than you standing here, and the memory refuses to leave me. I was 20 years younger. Young, absolutely at home in my own skin. Happy. Happier than I remember ever being. Positively glowing. What a nightmare. There was a man with me. It was Henry, but not the Henry I knew. This was Henry as he might have been if he never goblinized. Handsome. Well-dressed. Perfectly human. When he smiled, there were too many teeth, and I knew it was a lie. Then I woke up, clutching my stomach, feeling for bite marks that weren't there. I haven't been able to shake the image of that smile all day. Those teeth. They wanted to devour me and everything I hold dear. Are you still worrying about Callum and that suit? I tried to put that period of my life behind me. I tried to forget what happened, to move past it. I had to, or else it would have destroyed our family just as it was beginning. Some truths are best left behind. You're best left buried. Yes, okay. I could live with the shame. It was my own stupid mistake, but it should have ended there. Past should stay with the past. Okay. I'm glad that they're like not really trying to make this surprising at all. Hi, Mary. How's it going? But this man will not be denied. He will lure Callum with promises of fortune, power, prestige. He'll offer him things I never could, just as he once did with me. Callum feels alone here, just as I did when Henry's away at sea. I'll kill this man before I let him take my boy from me. I don't care who he is or what right he might claim. What parental right? I suppose this is why I'm not sleeping well. The dreams. Alright, let's talk to this person. I mean, Diamond said she was in here, but yeah. That's, yeah. Red-headed elf is hunched over her table, her eyes firmly locked on a disassembled micro-drone as she has spread out across it. A name tag on her jumpsuit's collar says EOS in bold letters. After a few moments, she sighs heavily and mutters under her breath, "Oh, come on, don't tell me I lost the EMS transducer." EOS frantically begins searching the area around the table, methodically sifting through cigarette butts, stale gum, and orange peel. She squeals with excitement as she finds a small circuit. "Got you!" That's a relief and a half. She places it gingerly in one of her pockets. She turns her attention back towards the table. She spares you a quick glance. "Watch your step." I don't think anything else fell off the table, but I won't know for sure until I get this back together. You sure a bar is the best place to do a drone repair? No, but the guy who lives next door to me is doing some kind of heavy-duty electrical work, and it's filling my apartment with static electricity. Didn't want to risk flying this little guy's guts. She leans over, peering closely at some particular part. I can hear this exactly in her voice. I'm going to turn the gain down a little bit more. Aw, crap. It's going to take more work than I thought. Oh well, another time. Sweeping the drone pieces up into a pile with her hands, she scoops them into one of her jumpsuit's many pockets. She turns to face you, giving you her full attention. "You're kindly hired help, aren't you? The name's EOS." "Yeah, I gathered that from the name tag." Let's say, "Nice to meet you. I'm Cade Wolf, no period." "Nice to meet you. Glad to get your name. It's a lot nicer than that foreigner, which seems to be what most of the locals call you." She pulls out a business card made of stamped sheet metal and puts it on the table. Seems like a heavy business card. We're the same line of work, you know. You ever need a rigger? Look me up. Very affordable rates, and I guarantee results. You have a preferred kind of job? Eos gets a smile that spreads from ear to ear, and she leans over to whisper in a conspiratorial tone. "Heists. Anytime we can get under a ticking clock, racing against time, and get away in a cloud of birdie rubber, that's where it's at for me. One of the best jobs I ever had was a run on a branch of Frankfurter Bankverein in Nice. The cops were hot on our ass as soon as we got out of the vault because the decker had been dumped in the system before he could squash the alarm. So we rush outside, right? And our getaway car is a Skoda RK3 that I modded up with a supercharger and a kinetic energy recovery system. Didn't look like much, but man, that car could haul. We burned through those French streets like we were right out of an old Frankenheimer movie. Glorious getaway. I prefer a quiet exit myself. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather not have the cops on us at all. But if I had to run away from them, might as well be a fun drive, right? So how'd you get your street name? Honestly, it's my sunny disposition. I'm not even kidding. The elf giggles to herself for a moment, head falling back, she stares toward the ceiling. I had this friend in Vegas, a real rich, old money type from Dubrovnik. He'd fallen on hard times, mostly because he couldn't play cards for shit. Great fixer, though, because everybody loved him. He's the one who gave it to me. EOS, he said. Your new street name should be EOS, because whenever you show up, it's like breaking dawn in my office. Could have charmed bees out of their hives, I swear to God. Last I heard, he'd finally got enough money to pay his debts and get the hell back to Europe. Sure hope he did. I'd like to imagine him sitting on the Adriatic, sipping a Negroni and reading a spy novel. Why did you become a rigger? I've always loved cars, old ones, new ones, even the beaters that are falling apart and have to hold together with baling wire and chewing gum. I like drones too. My first love was a 2034 Alfa Romeo Farinata. Drove that thing until the wheels fell off. Eos grins crookedly, propping her chin up on one fist. Did some work with the Atlanta film industry at first as a stunt driver. That paid for my first vehicle control rig. It also got me into drone rigging since smaller projects usually need camera riggers for aerial shots. Fun times, but the pay in the cast isn't like it is in Hollywood. It's all small scale stuff. Film work's a long way from being a Shadowrunner. Sure is. But when your mom gets sick and you can't afford to pay her medical bills, you start looking for alternatives. Turn to the shadows. Find out there's all kinds of people who want getaway drivers, especially if the drivers also have drones filled with high caliber weapons. Started to make a name for myself. Took some jobs from the Comanche Mafia, smuggling things in and out of the Pueblo Corporate Council. Spreads her hands, helplessly grinning. And here I am! Once I got a taste of adrenaline, I never looked back. Too much of a rush out here on the edge. Tapping her finger to her brow, Eos grins. See you! Don't be afraid to call! Alright. Okay, I think we talked. Oh no, we haven't talked to Ambrose. Let's go talk to Ambrose before we leave. Hey, Ambrose. Ambrose lies limp. Oh, okay. Lies limp in his wheelchair while a spider drone tinkers delicately on a huge bionic lower leg, which appears to be attached to a dismembered troll thigh. Ambrose reanimates as you draw near. Okay, I'm doing some delicate work here. Just reaching a good point to pause, actually. Okay. So that character is just supposed to be Felicia Day, right? Correct. So there's a basically every time we come back, there's a random Shadowrunner in there who was that a Kickstarter or something? Yeah, Kickstarter incentive or something. Yes. So the whatever, I assume this is near the highest level Kickstarter incentive, was not just you get a Shadowrunner in the game, which was in the previous ones. As a Shadowrunner you can hire on missions where they just show up and they have a custom portrait or something. But they actually show up in the bar and you get to talk to them and have some dialogue about their characters, which are hilariously bad because they're random rich guys Shadowrun character. But yes, Daimon looked at the portraits once when we first realized that's what this was happening, because there was an absolutely ridiculous portrait that was just nerd guy in cosplay basically, but prettied up, and it was amazing. 40s balding glasses computer guy. And yeah, he's like, oh, there's one that's just Felicia Day. And we're like, and it's just the file name was Felicia Day portrait or something. And so we're like, well, did she just pay? Did she just back it at that level, or was she actually involved? And as far as we could tell, when Diamond was looking, he said no. It seems like she just was a backer, because that's of course the kind of thing that she would do. I mean, that's not surprising at all. So. Yeah, I was waiting for that that character to show up. It's just yep, there she is, and of course, yeah, the writing is just you could just hear in her voice. So, okay, what are you doing? Is that someone's leg? It will be. It's a vat-grown biological upper on a cybernetic lower. I'm merging the two together. It's gonna give this poor guy the upper leg he wants back with the lower leg he needs. His voice is such. You're interested, huh? Okay, check this out. I'll be back. Ambrose goes limp. A half-dozen robotic arms suddenly pulse in a balletic surge of activity, working on the leg, bristling with needles, scalpels, forceps, microsolders, glue, and various other tools. For several minutes, there's no sound but quiet clicking and the hum of machinery. When the work is complete, the slender robotic arms draw back. They hover near the ceiling, around the operating area, like giant attentive stick bugs. Ambrose's eyes flutter back open. He continues talking, hardly skipping a beat. This guy works in the tunnels, with his feet in sewage all day. Got some kind of flesh-eating trench rot. It went right up his leg. Nearly killed him. They had to amputate at the hip. I'm giving him his upper leg back, but using a chrome lower leg, so it won't happen again. That must cost a lot for a sewer worker. Yeah, it would. That's why I'm not charging him. Ambrose shrugs as if suddenly embarrassed. Someone else grew the meat leg. I can't do that. I had this old prosthetic lying around already. It's a beater, but it'll last for years if he takes care of it. Hey, so what can I do for you? Yeah, what happened with Karen, Ambrose? You didn't tell us last time, and we didn't get the option to ask you for some reason. She betrayed me. Ambrose folds one arm tensely across his chest and scowls. She left me here. Nods toward a small framed picture of his impressive home-built computer. That's Karen. Or, that's Karen. Inspect the picture. Picture of a serious-looking Filipino woman in a black tank top. Her neck, shoulders, and arms are chiseled with lean muscle and spotted with tattoos. She looks vaguely annoyed at the camera. Semper Fidelis is visible in Gothic script tattooed across her chest. Weird. A trans-Catholic rosary. What is trans-Catholic? In Shadowrun. Hangs on the picture. A crucifix with a delicate Kali yantra over... Oh, that's what it... Okay. It's very, Zen Sunni wanderers. This picture, the rosary is visible around the woman's neck. Karen quit Shadowrunning too. Supposedly, she made a full recovery. She started delivering for smugglers. She was my main conduit for drugs and cyber. Ambrose shakes his head gently. She just stopped caring about anything. Maybe it was the brain injury, but I don't think so. I think everything she'd done just started catching up with her. I could see it in her eyes. Take your time. I'm listening. Ambrose rubs his mouth through the remainder of his hand. He pauses. She couldn't sleep. She wouldn't take meds for it. I think she didn't want to get better. One day she was here. We were behind the curtain. I went out front to talk to someone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ambrose presses one of the remaining fingers into the side of his neck. She took her butterfly knife and set the point right here. She pushed the blade right through and out along her trachea, sliced through everything outside of that, severed her own carotid artery, just like she was removing a sentry. That was it. Don't. Ambrose stops. He holds his hands over his mouth for a long moment. When he continues, his voice is thick. She did it right there on the operating table. There wasn't even a thump. That was Karen. Efficient, ruthless, considerate in a weird way. Could never live by her own moral commandments. Could never ask for what she needed. Ambrose crosses himself. I can't actually read the Catholic Latin. Requiescat cum Deus, Karen Santos, Kali, Mater Magna, Jesu Christa, Swami Noster. He gives you a sideline glance. I'm not trans-Catholic. Hell, I'm not into religion at all, but try to honor her in that way. Sorry, Ambrose. Oh, if you're an academic, you don't have the option to actually be, trans-Catholic, I guess. But if you're an academic, you could complete it. It's okay, Cade. She made her peace, I guess. Ambrose looks silently at Karen's picture. Eventually, he turns back to you. Ripshot's dead. My old hood in Chicago is in the containment zone. And Karen, well, she was my best friend. Ever. I'm the last man standing. Oh, I didn't remember that he was from Chicago. Which is, reminder. Chicago was taken over by astral bugs from the spirit dimension and then nuked. That's Chicago's status in Shadowrun. That's not part of this game. That's just the setting of Shadowrun. Wait, what? That's just one of the like very high level antagonists in Shadowrun. So there's Shadowrun is mostly like, all these weirdo magic like corporations, but they have, so there's like various forces, that are kind of scheming against each other, right? Like there's a dragon that runs one of the largest corporations in the world, and there's ancient elves that are thousands of years old. And these are all the kind of, scheming, normal cyberpunk dynamics, but with these fantasy creatures. Then there's like the chaos, like Warhammer Chaos style, bugs from another dimension that like try to invade through like the astral plane, and are like everyone's, they're evil. They're the thing that everyone will try to fight against. And yeah, they broke through in Chicago in the backstory of Shadowrun at some point. This happened in like the novels or something. Between like 90s Shadowrun and like present day Shadowrun. And they, in response to that, like the government, whatever government was there around there, tried to nuke Chicago in order to contain it, which didn't kill the bugs. Didn't actually help. But now Chicago is also a nuclear wasteland, in addition to being overrun by astral bugs, and they basically have built up a giant wall around it so that people aren't allowed to go in. But I mean, obviously people do go in, but it's basically a weird, like, super dungeon type thing that people can do in Shadowrun, is to like make raids into the Chicago. It's kind of like the zone in like Stalker or something, like making raids into the containment zone to get, I don't know, shit that's in there. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's not. It would be neat to have one of these video games. It would have to be a completely different video game that is not a... I don't think it would work for this style of RPG. But it would be neat to have a video game that is actually about that thing. So here I am. I think I survived for a reason, so I can make other people's lives better. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, life is what we make it, right? That's just so much. Also, by the way, Mary, if you don't know anything about Shadowrun, so you don't know this, those bugs are also responsible for Scientology. Like, it's not technically called Scientology, but it is exactly the same in the way that it is structured as Scientology. It is a very clear, like, stand-in for Scientology, and that is what actually Shadowrun Returns, which is the first game in this series, is about that group. They're the bad guys in that group. They're, you know, like a weird self-help cult religion thing where they have these centers that they, you know, you come in and they get inducted and there's levels. And anyway, at the highest level is they're bug priests. They're like they're worshippers of the evil astral spirit bugs. And they're trying to help them. You know, they're doing the D&D. We're gonna conduct a ritual to open the, you know, welcome the ancient evil or whatever. What the absolute hell is going on in Shadowrun? There's a lot going on in Shadowrun. Yeah. I'm sorry. But I'm also so glad I get to tell you this. And Shadowrun Returns is not very good as a game. I didn't like it. I mean, I enjoyed playing it I like the mechanics of these games, but I didn't enjoy the story in Shadowrun Returns, as compared to Dragonfall in this game. But the fucking bug cult is kind of amazing. And that it is so, you know, just Scientology with the numbers filed off, like. Yeah, Ambrose. Life is what we make it. Hey, you want a drink? We should have a drink. Robotic arm flings open a cabinet, clouds inside it, and swings across the room, clutching a sapphire blue bottle. This is Yambanog? It's Filipino coconut vodka. Have a shot with me. Sure. For you, Ambrose, I will do it. The robotic arm pours 2 shots. It swings one over to you. Ambrose gingerly takes the other in his ruined hand and holds it up. To fallen friends. To fallen friends. You swallow the shots together. The strong raisin-flavored liquor burns going down. Interesting. Ambrose looks around in silence, then his gaze settles on you, lonely. I used to be a real piece of work, Cade. When I got busted up for the first time in my life, I had to rely on other people. Broke, hunted, close to death. And that's different from how you showed up, except for the death part. Someone here owed Karen a favor. People of Huey took care of us. Now I think, if I did so much harm in my past life, how much healing can I do in this one? Ambrose sighs, clutches his shot glass against his chest like a religious talisman. Looks thoughtfully at you. It's more than I've told anyone in a long time. Does the heart good, Cade. Thanks. Well, a Roctor's life is busy. Better wrap this up. A Roctor, which is a rigger and a doctor. Right. Thanks, Ambrose. It was a privilege to listen. Glad to know you, Cade. Oh, we got Karma. We are not asking you about Essence because Essence is dumb and awful. So I assume that's kind of the end of his little thing. Dumb in a bad way, then. Essence is the idea of the more cybernetics you have, the less of a soul you have, and therefore there's a limit to how many cybernetics you can have. I mean, it's really just a game balance thing, but obviously it comes with, you know, it's bad. Yeah, it's that thing. I just don't want to, like, ever hear about Essence in this game. Just, like, don't. Ugh. It's like that humanity stat in Cyberpunk 2020. Yes, it is. Yeah, and it's, I mean, it is a thing that is part of Cyberpunk, and it's a bad part of Cyberpunk. you know, uh, so obviously there's been lots of discourse about that, and yeah. It's just so bad. Yeah, it is. There's so many other ways that they could balance cybernetics without resorting to that kind of shit. Um, Captain Jomo is busily playing some kind of gambling game on his comlink. It beeps and flashes as he taps away. Come on, Jomo, win, not lose. Maybe buy yourself that new hat. He doesn't appear to have noticed you at all. Okay, that's good. Game makes a sad, defeated noise. Wah, wah. Jomo curses under his breath, nose wrinkling in disgust. Finally, he seems to notice you. Stupid game. Always it cheats me. Never a good hand. Yeah, please think the logical conclusion of the literal dehumanization of disabled people, or even just people who want to modify their body. Yeah, yeah. Just make, yeah, it's not even really arbitrary. Uh, in that there's just there's physically only so much you could cram it into a fucking robot arm or whatever, and that's fine. Like, or there's lots of arbitrary things you could like RPGs are full of arbitrary mechanics that don't really have a fictional explanation of why they work the way they do, and it's fine. Yeah, because all of it ties into, and it because you could see why, like, and I think it is important because there's been this discourse about trying to reclaim cyberpunk, and this about the authenticity of cyberpunk. And I know this is something that Cameron has argued, and I'm totally with Cameron on this, is that cyberpunk was bad from the start. Like, and I always bring up Neuromancer because I have a pretty close, like, I remember Neuromancer very, very well. I read it a number of times. It's a book that, it's a book that I like, but like, it is a book about the fear of losing the liberal idea of individuality in a very like libertarian or classical liberal sense into larger structures, which includes corporations, but really corporations are not the bad guys in Neuromancer. The bad guys are a weird genetically engineered cloning incest hive mind thing. And there's a repeated thing of like people getting motif in different forms of people being subsumed into these larger structures, like corporate employees who are literally controlled by the corporation on a level we don't like. They all live in the same place, in the building where they work, and they all are on their schedules. They can be ordered around by basically computers. Like, that's what a thing that happens in that, right? Is they hack the computers and basically order around the employees, and that's how they get by, a bunch of them. And there's various other things like that that are all about this very like libertarian idea of individuality. And it's basically like the Thatcher line about there is no society, there are only individuals and their families. Like, that's the way that Neuromancer presents people, this deep fear of being part of anything bigger than yourself. And that's the context for the cybernetics are bad, and like the way that cybernetics like destroying the purity of the body, sort of thing. And also it's very like and obvious, heteronormative, cisnormative, all those things, of course, and racist, all of these things, like, because it's all about that kind of like like it really is in the worship of that like 50s like constructed ideal of the nuclear family, even though it's presenting itself as, you know, this radical thing. It's deeply reactionary. Um, so anyway, yeah, like it is the claim of like these people's wanting to claim like that cyberpunk, you know, the CD Projekt Red game is inauthentic to cyberpunk is I think a really bad line of argument. Just argue that it's bad because it's bad. You know, because they're bad people making bad comments and making a thing that hurts people. Not that it's inauthentic. Because like you're rehabilitating bad stuff from the past in order to attack stuff in the present, which is a, you know, a bad idea, but it's like it both like morally it's a bad idea. It's also just an ineffective idea. You know, like in a completely different arena, but you know the rehabilitation of George W. Bush in order to attack Donald Trump, for example. Like that's fucking awful. Uh, yeah, appeals to authenticity in general. Yeah, it's a bad because it just means it's old, right? When you're making an appeal to authenticity, you're just saying, well, it's like this old thing. It's fundamentally, literally conservative. It doesn't make an argument about the actual like moral qualities of whether this is good for someone or not. It's just this is old. This is the way it is existed in the past, which is yeah, like so kindly check sends you. You need Captain Jomo to take you to play pirate. Um, we could do that later. Right now, I need a favor. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is what we're looking for. What favor can Jomo do for you? Need a body dumped at sea? I can do it fast. No one will see. Maybe you need some cargo on a beach. Make a map with X marks the spot. Captain Jomo bursts into hearty laughter, slapping his side in mirth. I like this guy. I need you to take me to the sinking ship, which is not a sinking ship. Ah, easy law. I know exactly where that heap of junk is. Alright, so... Oh, it's just the two of us. Alright, well, I hope there's no fighting here. No, no, that's fine. You know, it's... I don't want to, it's, you know, with all of the, you know, just seeing it constantly on Twitter. I mean, I have kind of gotten to the point of, I know Sierra made the comment on Twitter the other day of like, I've just got to mute cyberpunk as a word. And it's been so frustrating to just see all this stuff from well-meaning people, like, and I'm just like, it annoys me. Like, come on, guys. And this is the game to talk about it. I mean, this is. I think a lot of these games, the HBS games, do a really good job of questioning a lot of that stuff. And maybe, you know, if I talk to Ambrose about Essence, maybe he would push back on that. But it's still fundamentally part of the game mechanics. It is like a physical, like this is the rules of the setting. Even though Ambrose has, you know, people have made, there are a few characters that make comments about like, oh, that's just nonsense or whatever. But like, I mean, one of them is the fucking transhumanist white dude who's like, we're gonna evolve into super robots in brains and super robots, and he's like terrifying. Yeah, it's baked into the setting one way or the other. Yeah. So like, there are a lot of other arenas of bad shit that I think that these games have done a good job of, a decent job at least, of like kind of tweaking and pushing on. It's like atheism in games where the gods are literal and walk among the populace. I mean, that's an interesting thing because I always thought like you can question it from inside of the system, but it's there regardless. Yeah, I mean, I always atheism in settings where there are literal gods is just. I mean, so there are settings or fiction where it plays it literally in the sense of like those gods don't exist, which is obviously I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, obviously. But the other way that plays is these are powerful beings that are not worthy of worship simply by nature of being powerful, which I think is a really important position to stake out in those kinds of settings because, for all the obvious reasons of the gods as yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I just cuz like it's always the most notable version of that to me, of the idea of atheism, not specifically disbelieving in the gods, but like refusing, is in the Forgotten Realms in D&D, right? Where there's literally a thing called the Wall of the Faceless, which is if you worship no god, if you refuse to worship any god in life, all of the gods, good and evil, in Forgotten Realms have collectively agreed to create this thing called the Wall of the Faithless, which is your soul becomes a piece of this wall to be eternally tortured on. And it's like, if you worship an evil god, you gotta go to hell and you gotta become a demon and you gotta torture, you gotta be an evil dude who gets to try to rise up the ranks of being evil. Like, worshiping an evil god is fine. I mean, it's shitty, but like it works out fine-ish for you, or it can work out fine. Whereas worshiping no one, they have collectively like made the agreement to fuck you over eternally. Uh it's just like, yeah, love to be a good god who condemns people to the wall. I mean, it's a major plot point. It's a thing that is established in the setting, but the fiction that actually deals with it is Mask of the Betrayer, which is the Neverwinter Nights 2 expansion that was like, written by Chris Avellone, but it's a very Chris Avellone story. And I made it like halfway through it, not even halfway through it, because it's epic level D&D. So you're like level 20 to 30, and Jesus Christ, playing an entire, yeah, yes, Chris Avellone, I don't think politics should be in games. That fucker. I mean, he's been moving in that direction for a long time, but man, um an entire party of epic level D&D, that of 3.5 D&D or 3rd edition D&D, I don't remember if it's 3rd edition or 3.5, that is accurately reflecting the amount of bookkeeping that you have to do to play epic level D&D, which is endless fucking buff spells every time you rest and shit. That game is basically unplayable without like literally getting a like mod that just automates all of that for you, which you can do, but I also couldn't. I tried to set it up, but it was kind of a pain. Anyway, Hung Hom Bay. Captain Jomo's converted speedboat chops through the rough water like a cleaver through chicken bones, launching you skyward with every wave that it hits. Your destination? Sinking ship. Gobbet's former home. The orc pirate laughs and opens the throttle. Wind and rain lash your face as the floating amalgamation of shipping containers grows larger. You could see that it's stacked at least 3 containers deep in inelegant brick of corrugated weathering steel. An assortment of pontoons, buoys, and other flotation devices have been lashed to the base of the raft to prevent it from tipping. You don't know what's happening here, or why Gobbet felt the need to go face it alone, but one way or another, you're about to find out. Alright, let's go get Gobbet. Oh. So this is the only, okay. Well, like, no, we're not, okay. I guess sure, we'll give you the medkit. I suppose I could have taken the rifle, but I can't actually use it, so. No. Scramble up the side of the sinking ship was treacherous. Was it? Because it looks like it's right there. It looks like we just hopped off, but that's a thing that happens a lot in this. You hauled yourself over the edge with your heart hammering in your chest, clawing for purchase against the wind and the diving rain. Walking on the surface deck isn't much better. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be up high above the water, because this is just like water can just, a big wave will overflow it. The steel that you're standing on is slick, sheeted with water from the rainstorm that hammers down above you. Every time you shift your weight, you can feel your feet begin to slide. There are no safety rails in sight. A slip or rogue wave wouldn't take much to send you screaming over the edge of the raft and into the dark water below. This thing is a wreck. Isabel gingerly prods at a rusted section of the container that you're standing on with her boot. It depresses easily, with entirely too much give. I can't believe Gobbet ever chose to live here. From her descriptions of the sinking ship, I didn't expect it to be this bad. Yeah, she always told me that the lady in charge, what was her name? Melinda? Melvina. She'd always told me that Melvina was a control freak, all obsessed with order and cleanliness. Cadmus was supposed to be a top-quality repair guy. She pauses the patch of rust again, frowning. Steel flakes under her foot. Does this thing look like it's in good repair to you? No, but we don't know. A sudden gust of wind buffets you, sending you sliding. Isabel drops to a crouch, clinging to the metal with gloved hands to keep herself from slipping. She looks up, locks her dark eyes on you. We should get moving. It's dangerous up here, and my gear is getting soaked. Agreed. Let's find Gobbet and make sure she's alright. You take the lead, I'll follow. Like I always do. Devil rats! Don't let them bite you! Well, I just got bit to fucking hell. Can I really not, like... Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. Does that hit me? That looks like it hits me. That's probably bad. Alright. That actually did not do... Holy shit, we might have to restart this. I really thought they were just gonna kind of die. Like, there's only 2 of us. We're both shit at fighting. Okay. Alright, good. Oh my god. I'm gonna go... Yep, I'm down. Oh my god. What the fuck? Because they all got crits on me, because they're all flanking. Which is annoying, because that's just kind of how melee works. Oh my god, you missed. Oh, Jesus. Hey. Oh, I'm still dying. Oh wait, do I not? I don't have a thing on me. Okay, I actually do have to reload because I don't actually have any trauma kits. And apparently there's no way to get up without trauma kits. I didn't realize that. I thought maybe you could at least get up at the end of the fight, or I assumed that she had a trauma kit, but no, she does not. Fucking hell. Ah. Alright, I'm gonna... Wait, where's the camera? There it is. Oh, I hope it's not dead. Oh no, is it dead? Oh, shit. I can't put the camera on? Oh, no. There's just like... So there's on the bed. There's the blanket is kind of balled up, and oh no, it's okay. It's not. I can turn it on. Just gotta have to wait a minute. It has like 40% power. It's fine. It just wasn't on for whatever reason. So I gotta wait for it to boot up. Takes a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna get all my notifications for shit that happened. Oh shit. Oh good. Okay. There we go. That's what I see. I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. I got a drink and Dio came with me. He's sitting on a chair with me. Rosa is the one under the blanket. Yeah, hi Dio. How you doing? You gonna sit behind me? Okay, let's okay. Maybe we should. Do I need another pointed body? I guess I can. It can't hurt to look and consider it. Maybe I need another pointed body. I don't know. I want to keep working on my spell casting, and I gotta keep working on my. Okay. I really was not expecting a big combat right at the start of this. Even I guess it wasn't that big, but just like it's kind of it doesn't feel like it's expecting you both to be like weaklings. Also, why couldn't I bring anyone else? Does no one else? Oh, they just fucking appeared. Oh god. Why did he get a crit? Okay, well that one didn't get a crit. So the issue is, okay, well, that's good at least. I mean, that's way better. So I probably actually need to do something like this. Question B, how much damage does this do? 18. I don't know whether, oh, do I have? I don't have the ability to tell, okay, but, oh, this is down 15. Jesus, they have a lot of health. Alright, it's dead. I'm gonna run away. Good luck is... Fucking hell. Oh, they really want my ass. And we have led the rats away from them. That's probably bad. Okay, I want you to run away. Actually, I probably should have had you shoot them first, but... because I want to do this. Okay. Jesus. Couldn't just hit that shot. Well, I'm not dead. I was like, wow, that did not do a lot of damage. Okay. Kind of think we need to hit both these guys. Okay. He just ran away! Okay, we did it, and we healed some. Let's see, 12 out of 40. 50 out of 50. Okay, well, so I probably need to heal. How do I use this? Cade. Oh, good. Well, that was good. I thought that was 20. I guess she has some skill in. Oh, she does have some skill in biotech. Okay. Okay, that's fine. He said like come sit by the fire. Oops. The woman by the fire looks like she hasn't seen a bar of soap in weeks. Her companion doesn't look much better. Their faces are streaked with soot and grime that the rain seems impotent to wash away. Glad to see that you made it through that in one piece. The woman smiles at you, revealing a set of crooked teeth. Please, come stand by the fire and get warm. Yeah, sure. Thanks for your hospitality. Her smile widens. Of course. You don't have to get strangers here very often. It's far too miserable out to turn away a guest. You want to tell me what's up with the killer rats? The devil rats, you mean? They're becoming something of a crisis for us. I don't know why they started attacking, and we can't seem to wipe them out. Truth be told, we could really use your help. We can help you with the rat problem, but you need to help us first. Turns to his companion. Refresh my memory. Didn't we just help peel a swarm of devil rats off them a few seconds ago? Isabel heels to face the man scowling. We didn't ask you to do that. We could have handled the rats on our own. We're looking for a friend. She sighs. Alright. Describe this friend of yours to me. She's young, about my age, orcish, with a shaved scalp and dreadlocks. You seen her? I'm afraid not. I wish that we had, but we don't get to see many strangers here. So how about it? Will you help us with our rat infestation or not? Sure, we'll help. She breathes a sigh of relief. The rats have been a huge problem for us. Between the damage they inflict and the disease they carry, they've made it impossible for us to keep up with our regular maintenance duties on the raft. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the stereotypical disease that rats can give you in D&D is. I love disease in D&D because it's completely pointless. Unless you're like... I mean, I have actually had campaigns where disease matters, but it's such a rare thing, and it obviously doesn't matter in combat. Retitis. That is not what it is. But thank you. If you'll follow us, we'll lead you down below decks. With your help, we'll get the ship cleaned out again. Lead the way then. Follow. Nice down below is just over this way. We'll show you down. That's not what she said. She's got 2 lines there. Can we go explore? Oh, hey, there's more people. Hey, peeps. You seen Gobbet? Guess nobody else wants to talk to us. Oh, something to pick up, though. A worn box with a phosphorus grenade. Ooh, a knight errant flashbang grenade. Yep. How do I... You have no free item slots. Why can't I give it to her? Hello? I mean, I guess I don't need the flashbang grenade. That's not as useful as the phosphorus grenade. A shallow pool of standing water is gathered on the platform, separating it from an access hatch at the edge of the raft. Electricity arcs over the surface in the pool of angry spiderwebs. Arcs over the surface of the pool in angry spiderwebs of blue-white light. Oh, I remember this Half-Life level. Whoa, hold up. Damned anti-boarding system's got hang wire again. Points at the crackling pool. Look, it isn't draining the way it's supposed to. She slams a heel into the deck, her face flushing red in frustration. Again? We just fixed the pump last week. Anti-boarding system? Isabel looks up from the crackling pool, fixes her eyes on the locals. What the hell is this? A bad idea, that's what. Blame the Shadowruns lived on this thing before we did. It's like an anti-theft system on a car, only a lot meaner. When it gets tripped, the channel floods and the ship's power gets shot into the water. You can deliver a hell of a shock. She takes her head at the crackling pool, scowling. Only now it seems to trigger randomly, and the pump that we installed as a workaround has started breaking down at the drop of a hat. Why didn't you just disable the damn thing in the first place? We tried. Lost 3 good engineers trying. In the end, we decided to just go with a workaround. No pool, no shocks. I mean, that was the theory anyway. Well, it isn't that dangerous, all things considered. Glances at you at Isabel, sizes you up. You got boots, right? You could probably make it across that. Isabel cuts him off, a serious look at her face. It's pouring out, we're both drenched, and that thing has to be putting out a lot of voltage for those arcs to be visible like that. Trying to cross that pool as is would be a bad idea. A really bad idea. Maybe we could find a way to drain the water. Yeah, that pump over there. She points to a rusted hunk of machinery at the edge of the pool. I'm guessing that's the one that isn't working? Yeah, that's the one. I'm supposed to keep this part of the deck clear, but it keeps breaking down. She shakes her head in disgust. Stupid, stupid thing. I swear, it must have burned through 4 different fuses the past 2 weeks. We'll try fixing the pump first. If it doesn't work, we'll have to look around for another solution. Turns away from the door, sneering. One that doesn't involve crossing on foot. Isn't she standing? I guess she's standing just outside the water. Before you sits a very worn and very non-functional water pump. An ancient hose snakes down from the pump to a drainage channel along the deck. Looks pretty busted. Maybe we could fix it with some of the junk that's littering the deck. Upon closer inspection, you can see that this pump suffers from clear signs of neglect. Well, I have intelligence 5, so I could go get 6 if I wanted. But at the moment it isn't doing a lot else for me, so it's kind of a waste of points. Years of near constant use and deferred maintenance have taken their toll on the machine, and it has recently broken down. Heavy scoring and burn patterns also indicate the reason why the pump isn't working. The blown fuse. Can you fix this, Isabel? She studies the broken mechanism, frowning. Afraid not. If it were a computer, I could probably do something with it, but I'm not much of a mechanic. If we find a replacement fuse, I can slot it for you. Anything else, you're on your own. Alright. Gotta be smarter. Let's go find a fuse. Okay, I guess we can't walk over there. Do we need to go talk to these people? I feel like, okay, now we can talk to them. Oh yeah, we'll talk. We're not going to talk to anyone specific. We're going to talk to the fire barrel. One of the locals looks up at the sound of your approach. The others remain huddled around the low fire, their backs hunched against the pelting rain. You need something, girl? If not, shove off. This fire's taken. We're looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen her. I doubt it. We mostly keep it ourselves up here. She'd be a new arrival. An orc, about my age, calls herself Gobbet. Seen her? Never heard of her. If you haven't seen Gobbet, maybe you can tell us about Malvina? She's still in charge of this raft? Yeah, but if you want to talk to her, you're going to have to go down below. The boss lady stays down there by the water line. Stay away if I were you, though. Again, all of this is... why? Just do yourself a favor and do as he says, girl. In fact, do us all a favor and get back on that trash heap you floated in on. I promise you'll be happier for it if you do. All of this is kind of written as if... The writing assumes that the raft is much higher. Sits up above the water line a lot. Which makes more sense. But I guess the artists, there's not clearly communicated. The water pump on the other side of the deck blew a fuse. Know where I can get a new one? Maybe. Could be a new fuse anywhere up here. Tend not to throw things like that away. Shrugs. Check the piles. That's where the bits and bobs usually wind up. I'd watch my hands if I were you, though. Rats have been known to hide in those piles. Fucking great. The old man chuckles, nods. He's right. You might get chewed on if you're not careful. Can you tell me what's happening here? Old man grunts. It's raining. That isn't what she meant. Tell us about the devil rats. Younger local cuts in. Strange things have been happening here ever since the beginning. But yeah, things have been odder than usual lately. Those damned rats are a big part of that. With all the people who've been getting sick, considered packing up and moving away. Chuckles to himself. But I've got no place else to go. Been here for about 5 years now, and everybody I care about lives on this raft. So, here I stay. When did Gobbet leave? Go then. Shove off. The old man makes a brushing motion with the back of his hand. If you're smart, you won't stop till you hit dry land. Okay, let's start searching the trash. God. I mean, I see you. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. Oh, I guess I can do this. Shit. I'm kind of wondering if it wouldn't have actually... Unclear if it would actually just sat there if I didn't do it. If I didn't actually attack it after I missed. Oh, Jesus Christ. How much is my... Okay. Whoop. Don't want to hit anybody else, but... Alright, there we go. Kind of want to save. Just because the whole, we don't have a trauma kit. Oh, I got a replacement fuse. Great. Place the blown fuse. You eject the pump's blown fuse. It clatters to the deck below. With a deft motion, you click the intact fuse that you discovered into place. Lights on the pump's control panel go from red to green. The little machine rattles back to life. Well, that was fast. Oh, fucking... Why? Why wouldn't you let me bring more people? Let Duncan take all these hits. That's what he's for. I wish I had an AoE that was... Okay, well, actually, now that I say that, I do have an AoE that takes one action. How much does the damage does that do? Also, how much, oh, my grenades take 2. Alright, so we need to retreat. Oops. I don't know. Hit that guy. Then run like hell. Thank God for no opportunity attacks. Well, that thing's stunned. That's nice. I assume this does an AoE. I don't actually remember, because I never used her grenade. Oh, it fucking does, alright. Holy shit. Alright. This is fine. Boom! I got an achievement. What? Did you run past that rat? What is the achievement? Hit 4 or more enemies with an area effect attack. Yeah, we did that. Alright, climb below. Yeah, because now we're below the waterline. Upon descending the ladder, you find yourself in the cramped confines of a shipping container. Interior walls have been erected of corrugated aluminum, and doors have been cut to allow passage from one compartment to another. The air down here is ripe with the odor of rotting garbage. Sorry about the state of the place. The rats have kept our work crews too busy to worry about hauling the garbage. But now that you're here, you'll be able to set things right. Kill off those little bastards once and for all. Well, we need to root out your devil rat infestation. Any idea where they're hiding? Nesting? Yeah, down below. They're breeding on the level beneath our feet. It's way down on the other side of the deck. I don't like this, Cade. We don't know enough about what else is going on down there. What else would be going on? We're trying to hold out against devil rats trying to eat us. The rats going to hell while we're doing it. Please just let us take you to the other side of the raft. You have to help us. You promised. She's right. We need more intel before we commit to anything. He grows agitated. You can see a glimmer of desperation in your eyes. What do you think that you're going to find? There isn't anything. It's just us and the rats. People, for starters. Gobbet or Cadmus or Relvina? She frowns, glances uneasily at her companion. We don't know anyone named Gobbet. Cadmus is in quarantine from a rat bite. He doesn't have it long, and I doubt that you get anything useful from him anyway. Chances are good that Melvina is on the lower deck, though. She's downstairs, with the rats. She waves her hand decisively. She's fine. I've heard her speak on the intercom. Her quarters down there are well protected. I'm sure that she's had no trouble keeping the rats at bay. So there's a recent... How... I want to be able to ask them about how recent this rat infestation is. Considering we're here to find our rat shaman. Did Gobbet come here to deal with the rats? Or did Gobbet bring the rats? Gobbet definitely brought the rats. Why? Okay, it's like I can't move. Hello, person. Were they in there? Local inhabitant. Door is heavily reinforced and barricaded. Take a bulldozer to get it open. A middle-aged woman with a slouching posture stands with her back to a reinforced door. With a languid motion, she turns her head to stare at you. New folks? I'll be damned. She just positioned with a grunt. What the hell are you doing here? Well, looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen her? Shakes her head, no. Nope. I ain't seen your friend. Sorry. You don't even know what her friend looks like yet. How can you say for sure you haven't seen her? No one's come down here today but you. Not a soul. Didn't see anyone yesterday either. And can't remember much past then. She smiles, revealing a crumpling set of nicotine-stained teeth. Bad memory. Can't do a thing about it. Who are you? Name's Lisa. You can call me Lise, though. Everyone on this raft does. What's behind the door? She runs her tongue over her teeth. Storage closet. Nothing worthwhile in there. Don't even know why they have me stand and watch everything. But those are the rules, right? Can't question the rules. Well, I'm questioning them right now. What did the rules ever do for you? Well, they can be a lot, for one. She licks her lips, nodding. That means I'm doing better than some. Swallowing the rules never gotten anyone hurt or killed? She pauses, considering. I guess so, but maintaining a raft like this is dangerous work. Sometimes accidents can happen. Doesn't mean that you don't have to do your job. We all have to earn our keep. Sounds like disobeying the rules gets you killed, but obeying the rules gets you killed too. So what's the difference between the two? I don't know. Maybe there isn't one? The guard blinks, look at confusion blanketing her face. If there's no difference between following the rules and breaking them, you can open the door for us. She reaches back, pulls a lever, with the metallic scrape of the door unlatching itself. Here you go. Knock yourselves out. Ah. Oh, who's that? Just a local inhabitant. Alright, well. Where did the others get off to? Scratches look like they were made by claws, but they're much bigger than anything that a devil rat could make. Another squatter, this one more beaten up than most. Bloody bandages wrap his knuckles, and one of his orbital sockets has been crushed, deforming the silhouette of his face. Ugh. He peers at you with a mixture of suspicion and hostility. Don't recognize you. It means you're new here. His voice comes out in a hoarse croak. Picked a bad place to go sightseeing, outsider. You okay, man? You don't look so good. No, I'm not okay. I'm all beaten up and going blind in one eye. Tell me what you want so I can be on my way. He spits the words out like venom. We're looking for a friend of ours. A female orc, about 19 years old. Called herself Gobbet. I haven't seen her. Sorry. What's your name? My name? Ivan. Ivan Fu. That all? Can I go? Tell me about the sinking ship. I want to hear your take on what's happening here. It's going to shit. Rats everywhere, people dying. Smells like a garbage scow. He grunts. That satisfy your curiosity, outsider? Can you tell me any more? It's important. Look, I ain't a damn welcoming committee. I'm just a bloody old man who wants to get back to his squat. If you want to know more about the boat, ask someone else. Slender human woman in shabby overalls looks up from her work with a frown. Can't help but notice the scars on her neck. Do I know you? What are you doing on this raft? Well, she's got a portrait. We're looking for a friend of ours. She's an orc, about 19, goes by the name of Gobbet. You seen her? Eyes narrow. Gobbet? I haven't seen her for years. You got the wrong raft. No, unless there's something else. What do you mean? We have... Why... I can't ask, what do you mean we've got the wrong raft? What's your name? She eyes you warily. Nobody important, just a worker trying to keep things afloat. Let's leave it at that, if you please. You ever had any close encounters with the devil rats? I mean, you're the first person we met who knows Gobbet, or acknowledges that they know Gobbet, so I feel like your name could be important. Yeah, don't get down south stairs unless you absolutely have to. Lower decks are absolutely crawling with the things.
Hi, Dio. How you doing? Oh, you're such a cutie. Oh, don't bite me.
Water drips down from a leak in the ceiling to splatter against the case of this ancient terminal. It's a miracle this thing is still functional. A blinking green cursor awaits your input.
Hey, don't bite. Hey, be good. Ow! What is going on? You just restless?
Read the first message. Chung Sun Anson to Melvina Beasley. Hi, Melvina. So this is Anson Chung Sun, presumably? I don't remember that name from any Gobbet stories, but when you talk about these new regulations that keep handing down, look, I used to be a merchant marine. I get it. I know how important procedure is on a boat. I know the mindset you're working against. Some of these new regs are bordering on draconian, and they're getting in the way of our maintenance crews downstairs. Order is a good thing. Micromanaging isn't. So let's talk about it, okay? We've got a hell of an infestation going on at the lower levels, so we need to start doing something about it. Can I count on you and your boys to help me with this? I know that Em would frown on what I'm proposing. Oh, this is the Cadmus. But she isn't doing anything to help. We have to take matters in our own hands before things get ugly. This is exactly what I was afraid of, see. Those bloody rats have eaten us out of house and home, and now their food supply is gone. They decided to turn on us. It's pretty clear that Em can't or won't use her magic to fix this. So it's on us to deal with the fallout. I've had the upstairs maintenance crew set aside a couple of containers as a quarantine area, / sick room. It's inevitable that we're going to start seeing people getting sick, and we need a place to shelve them. If we don't do this, we're going to have a panic on our hands. Vitus deaths aren't pretty. I guess Vitus is the disease they give you. Yasmin. Yas, tell your brother that I got his note. Oh, this is... Okay, Cadmus is her brother. And that'll be there. I don't know what all this is about, but I have a guess, and if I'm right, well, I'm in. Things have to change around here for all our sakes. Oh, a coup against Malvina. Oh, I guess I could just open this door. Hey, buddy. Squatter is in need of immediate medical attention. Her torso is a gory mess, and an ever-expanding pool at her feet tells you she's well on the way to bleeding out. And she's just standing here? Calmly? She peers at you through her sunken eyes set into an alarming gray face. Please, help me. Do I not have heal? I think I might have replaced heal. Or I didn't buy it because Gavit always has it. Patch her up. Hold still. This might sting a little. Crack open a med kit and go to work. Within minutes, you've run a saline drip into her arms and sealed the wound with liquid skin. Final slap patch of adrenaline and painkillers gets the woman up onto her feet. Up onto her feet. I'm pretty forgiving of most of the mismatch between writing and art, and it's obviously a lot of times that they don't have the assets for specific things, but I do feel like you should probably, like, you have art of people on the ground, because when you shoot them it happens. Like, I feel like you could have rigged something up for this. Shakily she extends a hand in greeting. I don't know who you are, strangers, but you just saved my life. If I can ever return the favor, let me know. We're looking for a friend of ours, a female orc, about 19 years old. You seen her? She shakes her head. Afraid not. I haven't been able to focus on much since I took that bullet to the gut, and fading in and out. If your friend is here, I hope that you managed to avoid the welcoming committee. 2 locals we met topside, you mean? An elf and a dwarf. She nods. I don't trust him. You shouldn't either. Don't know where their loyalties lie. Keep that in mind. Thanks for letting us know. Like I said, I owe you my life. Giving you a friendly warning is the least I can do. What's your name? Maria Lamb. My friends call me Sparrow. Ooh, I think Sparrow is a name we've heard. It's good to meet you, Sparrow. Better luck for me that I met you. I think I would have bled out by now. How'd you get shot? I was part of the last mutiny attempt. Made it through alright, but I guess I also made some enemies. Don't know who shot me, but it's a fair bet someone on the boat is holding a grudge. We'll let you get on with your day. Alright, but if you need anything else, you know where to find me. I feel like Sparrow sounds like a name we would have heard from Gobbet, but I don't know for sure. Okay. Hi. The man standing before you looks cleaner than most of the other squatters on the sinking ship. There are no streaks of grease on his cheeks, and his clothes look freshly laundered. He leers at you as you approach. Well, what have we here? Strangers on our humble raft, exploring her leaking bowels. The man grins, revealing the cavernous gap of his teeth. He hefts a snifter, brimming with cognac, and salute. Welcome to the sinking ship, strangers. Now tell me what you want. We're looking for a friend of... I'm going to say, who are you first? This guy's weird. You may address me as Mercurio. Bows slightly, the cognac sloshing in his glass. At your service. Also sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't really remember any of the specific names. We're looking for a friend of ours. An orc, 19 years old. Goes by the name of Gobbet. Oh? And she ran away from you, did she? He grins. Ran all the way to here, to our little palace on the water. Have you seen her, or haven't you? Insistent little thing, aren't you? Oh, bye, Rosa! Time to go. He puts his lips to the crystal of his snifter and slurps up a mouthful of liquor. No, I haven't seen your runaway friend, but if I do run into her, I'll tell her that you're looking. What do you do on the raft? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm an artist, or rather I used to be. An artist, socialite, man about town. Spread the sound. Hands. By town, I mean raft, of course. Now I mostly find myself shut away here on the sinking ship's upper deck. I've been festering away here for months, desperately clinging to the finer things in life. He sniffs. Quite the tale of woe, really. That's it? You just loiter around and socialize? A fine and noble profession. He takes another sip, swilling the brandy in his mouth. But you're a street-level operative, no? Blue-collar work? Wouldn't expect you to understand. Now, if that will be quite all, glances at the door. Yeah, we'll leave you to your business. Some tags seem relatively fresh. They haven't been here long. Okay, I'm gonna run around to the other side before we go in here. Like, there's gotta be a point to being able to get through this. How's it going? Woman standing guard duty nods in acknowledgement. Strangers. Picked a bad time to come to visit. We aren't visiting. We're looking for a friend. Then you're out of luck. I haven't seen anyone from outside of quarantine in weeks. You want to talk to someone? Talk to the dwarf. I'm busy. She gaps her weapon, her eyes glued to the door. I need to keep my eyes open for more of those little bastards. Can't let any more of them sneak in here. Not after what happened to Simon. Best of luck. Okay. Oh, so Cadmus is supposed to be in here. Is this Cadmus? Stocky dwarf leans up against the wall of the container room. His skin is sallow and it hangs off his bulky frame like a half-deflated balloon. He saw plenty of sick people back in the Barrens. Addicts, BTL heads, people whose immune system has been ravaged by disease. This guy looks worse. Oh. Hello, stranger. Don't see many new faces on the raft these days. Sighs. But you're here, so you want something. Now what would that be? Isabel pushes forward. We're a friend of Gobbet's. You seen her around? Chuckles. Friend, if you're looking for Gobbet, you're about 3 years too late. Your friend ain't here, and you stumbled in the worst kind of place to be lost. What's your name, friend? Me? I'm nobody important. Coughs into his sleeve. Sound is alarmingly wet. Just a man waiting to die.
What are you doing, Dio? Just shifting around? Changing sides? Okay.
You haven't seen Gobbet lately, have you? No, I haven't seen the girl in years. I'd love to, mind you. She was a good friend way back when. This is definitely Cadmus, and he just won't tell us. For whatever reason. What's wrong with this place? Aside from the uninvited guests, you mean? He struggles to stifle another cough. We got a rat problem. We noticed. Don't let what's happened to me happen to you too. You want my advice? You get out of here, and you do it before you get bit. Gestures at the sweat-damp heaps of cloth that line the walls around him. If you don't, you might just wind up on your deathbed here, right by my side. Yeah, you do that. If you should happen to find Gobbet, bring her by. I haven't seen her in a long time. Do me good to talk to her again before I die of this damn disease. I mean, we got bit a bunch of times. But hopefully we're fine. So what was the point of being able to talk our way past that person? There wasn't anything in here, specifically. It's okay, you have Shadowrun our immune system. Yeah. We're like, the Left 4 Dead characters. I know there's a whole thing about that, but... The local up ahead beckons you forward. It's just up this way, through the store here. As you approach, something catches your eye. A vent in the wall behind the locals. Movement. Something living must be hidden inside. Behind you! More devil rats! Panic-stricken, they begin to run. They begin to turn, their weapons raised. There's a flurry of motion and something large explodes out of the vent. Gobbet lands on a crouch, her weapon raised. Don't go in there! It's crap! Oh, hi, Gobbet!
Aw, Dio, you going to go sit on the computer now? Okay. You can do that. Yeah, cutie boy.
Might be relevant later. Yeah, I mean, it might be something that happens. I assume we're going to have to get, like, I don't know. I assume there's going to be something where there's going to be a medication or treatment or something that we have to deal with. Oh, it's okay. It's combat time. Thought we might, talk about this a little. Oh, why doesn't? Okay, I guess I don't have Gobbet, but I guess I'll probably have her after this fight. Sure. We need. Actually, that's pretty reasonable. Yep, that's pretty good. I want to take... Really? I can't hide right there? I assumed I could run right there. That seems... I can go over here, but I can't go over here. That seems odd. Because there's nowhere else... Oh, this is technically cover right here. That really looks like it should be a path, but that works. Oh yeah, that's true. I could just shoot them again and I probably kill them. That's true. Jesus. Hey, Iz. Hey, Seattle. I don't remember inviting you on this run, but I guess I'm glad you could make it. She jerks her head towards the squatter's ruined body. You're welcome, by the way. I mean, ruined is... they are, they're not there anymore. I mean, they're not there anymore because that's what happens, but, like... We're welcome. Gobbit, we can... Okay, let's go with, are you alright? We came here looking for you. Really? Thought you were visiting the sinking ship for its wonderful food and beautiful views. She flashes you a weak smile. Ruined may be a generous interpretation after having 2 grenades exploded at your feet. Yeah, Iz is pretty accurate with that. Yeah, I'm okay. Look, I'm sorry about the sudden entrance and everything. I wish I had time to explain what was going down, but I didn't because, well, she shrugs. Trap. Yeah, you mentioned that. What kind of trap are we talking about? The kind where you end up dead. Look, I don't know exactly what they're planning to do, but I've seen them lead people through those doors before. She gestures toward the heavy double doors at the end of the hall. People who I watched go in there never came back out. Not a one. They just scream and scream. When the doors opened up again, they'd be gone. Well, thanks for the warning. Shrugs. Don't mention it. There's a long, awkward pause. Finally, Isabel steps forward. So, now that we're all together, do you want to tell us why you came back here all by yourself? We'd have gone with you, Gobbit. All you had to do is tell us. She raises her hands. I know, but I figured this was on me, and I didn't want to wait another minute. Besides, I had a plan. Yeah, and what kind of plan was that? A pretty simple one. All I wanted to do was get the lay of the land, sneak around a little, maybe find my old friends and get some answers. I didn't come here to get into a firefight, and it's easier to be quiet solo than it would be dragging you two around. No offense. So you've scoped the place out. Fine. Mission accomplished. Do you know what you're doing here now? Yeah. This place is fucked. I'm gonna sink it. Wait a second. What? The sinking ship is doomed, Seattle. I could feel that the second I set foot on board. She checks herself. Even earlier than that. On some level, I think I could feel it back home. That's why I couldn't stop thinking about this place. Whatever's happening here, it's wrong. The whole place feels off to me somehow. Maybe even toxic. I came back to find my friends, Cadmus and Malvina, check on them. Instead, I found a swarm of man-eating rats, a death trap, a bunch of squatters who seem intent on killing me. Tone becomes brisk. So, I'm gonna kill them right back. And I'm gonna use the scuttling charges that are still embedded in the hull to do that. I already handled the ones on this level, but I haven't gone down below yet. We need to activate the charges below the waterline if we're gonna bring this sucker down. And so that's where you're headed next, downward. Not quite, on account of the trap. I don't know how to get past it yet. He frowns. Minor setback, right? So the next step was to figure that out. We haven't found Cadmus or Malvina yet. They could still be alive somewhere. Maybe even on this level. Thank you, Mary. Aww. News update, everyone. Mary is still gay. Aw, love you too. Dio just left. Oh no, Dio did not leave. He went to the. Oh, you can just see his butt. I was like, there we go. We gotta get a better cat cam. There we go. Hi, Dio. We haven't found Cadmus or Malvina yet. Yeah, meow. Sometimes Dio's pretty loud, but usually they're pretty quiet. Yeah, maybe. I hope so, because all the people on this raft, Cat is the one I'd most trust to get us past whatever's in that room. He always was always more of a mechanic than he was a shaman. We have to figure out how to get past the trap, I get that. But let's keep our eyes open while we're doing that. There could be more going on here than you realize. I seriously doubt it. Remember what I told you about second guessing? She isn't second guessing anything. We haven't seen enough to make a decision yet. You may have, but we haven't. Gabba lets out an exasperated sigh. Alright, Iz. You want to look around? We'll do that. But afterwards, we're arming the rest of those charges. Alright, get over here. Get your ass over here. Maintenance notice. All lower decks are off limits until further notice. Maintenance. So let's go talk to the guy who we were pretty sure was Cadmus. It's fucking like haze in this room. Ugh. Dwarf's milky eyes track you as you approach. A wave of recognition washes over his face, but his movements remain lethargic. Eventually, he manages to slur out a few words. Gobbet? Back after all this time? Yeah. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Gobbet stares at the dwarf, wide-eyed. It's good to see you again, Cad. Yep. Gobbet's told me about you. How are you feeling? Perfect. Thanks for asking. He struggles to contain a burst of coughing. I mean, I'm dying, and my home has gone to shit, and we're probably going to sink into the bay. But otherwise, I'm great. With visible effort, he shifts his focus to Gobbet. Welcome home, girl. Been a long time. She swallows. Cadmus, I... Save it. I'm not mad. He squeezes his eyes shut. I'm mostly just happy to hear your voice again. It's good to have a friend. Are you sick, Cadmus? Casually standing around in mystery gas. Yep, you know, we're fine. Are you sick, Cadmus is the, like, that's on the level of, like, in the first episode of Dark Place, you know, after the guy's exploded and he's literally just a head on the floor, just surrounded by jibs, and the doctor, like, looks in and says, "Are you alright?" Tell us what's happening here. Bad things. A lot of good people died. Never been better, buddy. Yeah. I know he was your buddy. Something's gone rotten on this raft, Gobbet. You know what I mean. Toxic. Yeah, I can feel it too. I can feel it all the way back home. Her throat moves. But it takes a moment for her voice to catch up. Cadmus, where are our friends? What happened to Yasmin and Anson and Malvina? Okay, so Anson is one of the... Okay. And Yasmin is Cadmus's sister. Anson is, I think, the lady up there, so we could talk to her. Never mind. Anson was the... Okay, so that was Anson's terminal, but that was not the lady in there. Anson's dead. He never even made it into the sick room. Just disappeared. But I know where he went. Stabs a finger downward at the floor. Yasmin's still with us. Small favors, right? But the fight's gone out of her. She's content to do what she's told and tremble. Malvina ain't Malvina anymore. Malvina has the shiny rock, right? So that's probably what happened. Got my favorite dialogue option in a different game. I was afraid of that. I just needed to hear you say it. She's gone toxic, hasn't she? She's gone toxic because that damned bauble I gave her. It ain't her, Gobbet. It's something else. Struggles to contain another cough. Eventually it passes. But yeah, that shiny red egg that you and Sui lifted is the cause of it, I think. The ugliness was already inside her, but that thing brought it out. She squeezes her eyes shut, balls her hands into fists. Shit. Isn't your fault, Gobbet. You had to give her that thing to stop the mutiny. I know, Seattle. I did what I had to do. No regrets. I'm pretty fucking angry about what happened afterward. You and me both, kid. I'm as angry as I've ever been, and twice as frightened. His chest heaves as a deep bronchial cough racks his body. With a grimace of distaste, he spits out a wad of bloody phlegm. You haven't seen what happened to Malvina, what she's become. You need rest. We should put this on hold, and raise a hand, cutting her short. Got no time to rest, and you need to hear this, what we're up against. You ever heard of a rat king? It's an old folklore thing. A bunch of rats all fused together, their tails all wrapped and twisted into a great big knot. That's what Mal has become. I don't know how many different spirits she's tied her essence to, but last time I opened my third eye, I couldn't see where they ended and she began. God. There are a couple of phrases in Shadowrun that people say completely without irony. Obviously, the top one is whenever anyone refers to running the shadows as an actual thing. But opening my third eye is also up there. What does that even mean? I've never even heard of. It means she ain't human anymore, girl. Her aura is bound to other things. Alien things. All tangled and twisted and grown together. They're all one being now. Rat King. Talks like Malvina, but it ain't her anymore. She's possessed. No, best as I can tell, she invited this. Welcomes it. Malvina and the things she's tied to are all one being now. Collective. And to listen to them talk, they like it that way. Another long, wet cough interrupts his speech. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. Probably seeing out of his third eye from inhaling all of that gas. Are you sick, Cadmus? I know, like, come on! Did you try to fight this Rat King? Yeah, I'd had enough. A lot of us had, so we took a page from old Sui's book. He offers you a sickly grin. We mutinied. Gestures at the writhing bodies on the cots of the sick room. This is what's left of our side. Been locked in here for 5 days now, waiting for Vitus to finish the job. The rest of us got fed to the rats. Doesn't seem to have gone very well. I mean, that's literally what he just said. Half smile on his face evaporates. No, it didn't. Truth is, we weren't prepared for how many of those bastard rats Malvina had bred, and we weren't expecting our shipmates to fight on her behalf. Why would the others stop you from taking the ship back? It doesn't even make sense. What do you think, girl? Fear. Fear of death. Fear of being gnawed apart by 100 vermin. Fear of that thing. You're saying the people here aren't brainwashed. They're just afraid. Scared shitless is a better way of putting it, and I can't blame them. If anything, we're the crazy ones for trying to fight that thing. If the Rat King soldiers only serve it because they're afraid, maybe we can turn them. Could do. Might rally around someone they know. Maybe someone who lived with. Fought for them years ago. Guys, got it. That was a subtle hint, girl. I've got a better idea. We're gonna get you and your people onto lifeboats, and then we're sending this raft to the bottom of the bay, and the Rat King is going with it. You can't mean that. This is our home. We've got nowhere else to go, Gobbet. I mean, you're dying, so I don't... As much as I agree that we shouldn't blow it up, I don't know how much of a voice you have. I am not gonna let that thing force us to put this raft to the torch. You already tried it your way. Look what happened. Isabel steps in. Maybe it's good that you leave this place. I lived in a place like this before. I've seen what it can do to people. She grew up in the walled city, Cad. And she knows what we've got to look forward to if you sink this raft, because we sure as hell can't afford to live anywhere else. Cranes his neck to look up at Gobbet, pleading. Desperation burns in his eyes. Gobbet, listen. It isn't too late for the sinking ship. We can still turn things around. This ship isn't sinking. My mutiny failed because the Rat King knew things that we didn't. Yours can succeed if you'll try. She shakes her head obstinately. My gut says that we should sink the raft. I said that from the moment I arrived here. That's what Rat wants me to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. Gobbet. Cadmus might be right. If we could drum off enough support, I think we could retake the sinking ship. Oh, do I have to make a decision right now? I mean, it probably doesn't. It's probably not a firm decision, but... Because the two sides are basically, I trust Gobbet to know what's going on. I trust her, you know, this is her home, or used to be. But also, you know, I don't want to condemn a bunch of people to death. Her eyes narrow. Have you forgotten the first lesson I taught you, Seattle? Always go with your gut. My gut says... Spare us the lecture, Gobbet. Cadmus is right. You're going off half-cocked. Again. Truth is, we can save this raft if you want to. If you don't, tell us. We'll sink it. Look, Gobbit, things have changed as you decide to sink this raft. You can see that, right? She sets her jaw, draws a deep breath, and slowly releases it. Alright, Cad. If you're sure that you can keep up your end, I'd be willing to help you with your mutiny. But if your people fuck it up, I'm sinking this thing. Got it? Yeah, and thanks. With your help, we can do this. That remains to be seen. Waves her off. Go on, get moving. Convince as many people as you can to help us when the time comes. Whoever you don't bring around our side is going to fight against us, so be thorough about it. When you're ready for us to make our move, trigger the shipboard alarm system. 2 blasts. Then we'll start kicking in doors. Alright, Cad. 2 blasts starts the mutiny. But if we sound the alarm once and leave it, you get your people the hell off this raft. Got it? 1 blast means you're sinking the raft. You do that and I'm kicking your bony ass from here to Macau, but yeah. I hear you. Another long, wet cough racks his body. You got all that, stranger? You know what you're supposed to do? Convince people to join you, then trigger the alarm. 1 blast means we're sinking the raft, 2 means the mutiny's on. Got it. Good. Thanks. And Gobbit, thank you. Does me good to know you're with us on this. Okay. Well, we completed Find Cadmus. I don't know why that's there. Hello. Glad to have you on our side, stranger. When the time for mutiny comes, you can count me in. Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's straightforward enough. Oh, we still need to ask him about that trap. Hey, fucker. You're back. He smiles down at Isabel, saluting with his glass. Tell me why. We're taking the ship back from the Rat King. Can you help us? Shakes his head. No, I'm afraid not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm not paying him. That's a lot of money. That's like 1/3 of my money. He doesn't seem like he's going to be much of a big deal either way. Is there a way out of here? Don't you see that? Of course I do. I'm not a fool. Fighting the Rat King would also be a wonderful way for me to get myself killed. I'm not keen to have that happen. Listen, if we can't rally enough support to make this mutiny happen, we're sinking the raft. Ah, I suppose I don't have much choice then. Count me in. Yay! Alright. Oh, well, Sparrow, of course, is in. Thanks again for your help. I'd have bled out if you haven't come along. We're taking another run at the Rat King, and we're going to kill it this time. We could use your help. I want to help. I do, but I can't do much without supplies. She licks her lips, considering. If you make a deal, I'll make you a deal. If you hook me up with some medical supplies, I'll join your mutiny. Isabel, you got anything that might help? She misses a medkit out of her bag and hands it to the woman. Here, don't waste it. I won't. Now I have a debt to repay. When you make your move in the Rat King, I'll be there to help. You got my word on that. Good. Head to the quarantine area to meet up with Cadmus. He'll tell you. He'll let you know what to do. Yeah, go to the place where all the people with the deadly disease are. I have a few things to take care of here first, but I will. You got my word on that. Okay, so our theory was if this isn't Anson, this is Yasmin. Gobbit, you're back. Hello, Yasmin. It's good to see you again. It might not be contagious. I guess it seems like it spreads by physical contact or like blood or fluids because they had to bite you. So that's true. I guess you're probably not gonna. Of course, they might cough on you. I don't know if that happens. If that transmits it. Yeah, you too. Where the hell have you been all these years? On a different boat, funny enough. Yes, I'm a little out of the loop on what's happening here. Could you do me a solid and fill us in? Did we... Yeah, for now all we know is rat bites give it, yeah. I mean, we just... I think we got most of it from Cadmus, but yeah, we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'll tell you what I know. We're taking the ship back, Yasmin. We need your help. Our eyes go wide. Another mutiny? No, not me. Go to someone else. I saw what happened last time. Last time you didn't have me here. I'm gonna kill the monster that stole Mevina's voice, Yaz. You got my word on that. She stares at Gobbet, long and hard. Finally, she acquiesces with a nod. Alright, Gobbet, I'm in. Terrified, but I'm in. Her voice breaks, but she continues on. I'm no fighter, you know that. I keep the ship afloat, and that's about it. But I'll do what I can to help. You'll be okay, Yasmin. I promise. Circle up with your brother. I'm setting everyone we can convince to help to meet up with him in the sick room. He'll tell you what to do from there. Hello, Mr. Angry Old Man. What do you need? Did the Rat King's people do that to you? No, I got caught in the crossfire. Mutineers did this to me. Thought I was with the Rat King. All I wanted to do was get home. Instead, my right eye only sees double now. Can hardly use my hands. Calmness of his voice belies the naked spite on his face. Thanks for asking. I know you're hurting, but there are other ways to help than fighting. Oh, I can fight. Don't you worry about that. Glances down at his bandaged hands. Might be best if I waited a week or two, but even in the state I'm in, I can hold my own. I used to be damn good with a blade. Paid a pretty penny to have one custom forged for me, even. That blade was a lovely thing. Useful in and out of a fight. I always liked that. It wasn't just a good weapon, it was a tool as well. And what happened to this blade of yours? Taken, lost. I don't know. He pulls a bale-song knife from his back pocket, extends his arm, offering it to you. But you, stranger, you handy with a blade? Nope. Any idea where it went? No. And even if I did, you think I'd tell a stranger where to find it? That blade is my most prized possession. If anybody's gonna find it, it's gonna be me. We're taking this raft back from the Rat King. I wish I could say goodbye, because I feel like if I go, I should go find his knife, or his blade, excuse me, and then give it back to him, and then maybe he'll join us. Juggles, you're all fools. The last two mutinies failed, and yours will too. Even if you did have a chance, it was Cadmus and his boys that did this to me. You think I'm gonna cozy up with them? I'm sorry they hurt you, but like you said, you got caught in the crossfire. People get hurt in those situations. It happens. Cadmus never intentionally harm you. The Rat King, on the other hand. I said no. I'm not putting my neck out for anybody. I'm gonna ride this thing out, and that's all there is to it. If you help us, I can make it worth your while. I have connections back in Kowloon. You heard of hearing? Hard of hearing? I said no, and that's final. I'm not laying my life on the line for you, Cadmus, or anybody else. Is there anything else? Anything I'd say to change your mind? No. Now leave me alone. Yeah, I feel like we should be able to go find his sword. Give it to him. Alright, so there's this dumbass. Lease. The guard turns to face you. You're back. Why? The Rat King has ruled here for long enough. We're taking it down. And we could use your help. Eyes go wide. You get yourselves killed even talking like that. You got me killed with you. Get the hell out of here right now. I won't take part in another damn mutiny. Think. How does it help you for the Rat King to stay in control? She screeches and bull rushes you. I warned you not to talk! Okay. Well, I mean... Okay, other than shooting me, that's totally... This gets her out of the way. Which is unfortunate, but, you know... Just kind of... Okay, so none of that is covered. So we're just going to run out of here. Sure. Well, that didn't work. That works. Hey, Gobbet. Bad aim. It was bad aim. How much damage does it do? Because it feels like she doesn't have a lot of HP. Also, she's on fire. Alright. It did enough. Well, you know, she's, only 3 people are allowed on the top deck. Well, that was more people. Also, can we not go back up so we don't have to recruit those people, I guess? Okay, so we missed one. We've killed one. But otherwise, we've got everyone so far. So, that's good. Let's go ask Cadmus about the trap. Oh, we also need to ask him about this other stuff. The talisman to the Rat King is holding, the shiny object. You know how it works? Nah, I tried sensing it once. The only thing I took away from the experience was a migraine. Felt like there were railroad spikes buried behind my eyes for days. All I can tell you for certain is that it still works. As long as the Rat King's connected to that thing, you can't hurt it. Any holes you put in its body will close up on its own. So, what are we expected to do against that? If the bauble makes the thing unkillable, you'll need to find a way to get that bauble away from it. Galvin managed to do that during Sui's rebellion. I'll bet she could do it again. When did all this start? It must have been some time after Gobbet left. Nah, not long. Maybe a week or so. We couldn't see it at the time, but it was happening. I'd stake my life on it. I don't get this. Everything was fine when I left the raft. I mean, the vibe here had changed, but Malvina was still Malvina. If anything, she was even stronger than the woman I'd known. Yeah, she got strong, alright. Strong and mean. It started small. A couple of months after Sui's mutiny, Malvina started proposing new rules. She said that she was cracking down on infractions, keeping order to keep us safe. But over time, those rules started piling up, and gradually the punishments started getting worse. Do you think the shiny object corrupted her somehow? No, I think it gave her power, and she corrupted herself. No judgment, though. I think that in her place, a lot of us would do the same. That's what I mean when I say she had it in her all along. I think she'd always been afraid, always used rules to protect herself. The trinket took that fear and focused it, like a lens, and that opened the door to what she's become. Pauses, checks himself. She. I don't think Malvina can even be described as a she anymore. She, it. It's really a they. Our friend is dead, changed so much that she might as well be. The things that are wearing her skin don't belong in this world. There's a trapped room at the end of the hall. You know anything about that? Yeah, me and my crew built the thing. Let me guess, Malvina's orders. He nods. First thing she asked us to do after Sui's little rebellion. We started work on the thing the week after you left. Yasmin was in charge on the project. Can you tell us how to get past it? No. He coughs wetly into his sleeve. No, but Yas can. She should be somewhere on this level. Go find her and tell her I sent you. We will. Thanks, Cat. Dabs specks of blood from his lips. Don't mention it. Are you sick? Oops, just didn't hear. Gobbet, you're back. Cadmus said that you were in charge of building the trap at the end of the hall. Yeah, that was me. I didn't want to build the thing, but I did it to help Malvina, to keep us safe. I've regretted it ever since. We could really use your help, guys. We need to get below decks, and we need to do it in one piece. Can you help us get past the trap that you built? I think so. It's been a long time, but I think I remember what wires you'd need to snip to disarm the thing. She fumbles at a nearby table, grabs a napkin, then she produces a grease pencil from her breast pocket and begins to draw. There's a hidden access panel on the floor. You'd never find it if you didn't know where to look. You snip these wires here, and this one here, bypass this circuit, scribbles on the napkin with a steady hand, then flip this lever. Do that and you're done. The trapdoor won't trigger. You don't get dumped into the killing pit. Ah, the killing pit! Yeah, that's something we want to avoid. Killing pit? She passes the napkin to Gobbet. It's pretty much what you'd expect. She snatches the napkin from Yasmin's hands. Thanks, Yas. You don't know how badly we needed this. I can guess. Cadmus sent you to me after all. She smiles weakly. Best of luck. Okay. Oh, yeah, what is backpack? What's Gabba got on her? Not really anything. She does have a trauma kit in case one of us goes down. So, there's that. Yeah, Gabba's only got 50 HP. We all do not have a lot of HP. really could use Duncan on this kind of mission. The air is thicker in here, acrid. Stench clings to your tongue and sticks to the back of your throat. It smells like damp cardboard, stale urine. Gobbet surveys the room rarely, her nose crinkling in disgust. She produces the napkin with Cadmus's instructions from her breast pocket and hands them to you. There you go, Seattle. You know what to do. Under her breath, you hear the muttering. Let's hope that Yaz knows her stuff. Just in case. Following the grease pencil diagram, you locate a hunk of metal flooring with a slightly raised edge. Again, that's a kind of serious mismatch, I feel like. Why isn't it just a random tile that you can interact with? Hooking your fingers under it, you lift to reveal a hidden access panel. That's a good sign. Follows Yasmin's instructions. The instructions are surprisingly easy to follow. 3 snips with your pocket knife and a rewired connection later, the floor-spanning trapdoor has been disarmed. Well, that was easy. She beams at you. Go on, Seattle. You take the lead. You've earned it. Gee, thanks. Alright, no killing pit. Oh boy. Stepping into this room is like wading into the killing floor of a slaughterhouse. There isn't an inch of ground that isn't caked with spilled blood. The stench that floods into your nostrils is as overpowering as it is vile. It's the stench of rotten beef, stale vomit, of warm blood poured into a chemical toilet and left out in the sun to cook. The buzzing of flies in your ears helps bring you back to your senses. Blinking against the light, you see stacks of moldering trash piled nearly to the ceiling. Piles of dead bodies are stacked nearly as high. Are you okay? She doesn't seem to notice you. Her jaw hangs open in horror as her eyes move from atrocity to atrocity. Cheeks slowly drain of color. Beatrice? Huh? No, not Simon. Tears spill down her cheeks. Oh, rat, no. This... Gobbet grasps her way to finish her thought. She doesn't find one. Sorry, Gobbet. I know that these people were friends. A lot of them were. Some I didn't know. Her eyes remained locked on the nearest pile of corpses. They all deserved better than this. The Rat King is supposed to be down on this level. That means we're headed in the right direction. After seeing this, I don't think his raft was worth saving. We should go back to my original plan, Seattle. Send this thing to the bottom. It's where it belongs. You can't do that, Gobbet. We already told Cadmus that we're going to help him. He's been getting the other mutineers ready to fight, not to evacuate. If we sink this thing now, they might not even make it off the boat. We'll tell them we're changing our minds using the alarm system. They'll make it out. Trust me. We made a promise, Gobbet. I think we should keep it. She sighs. I think it's a stupid idea, Seattle. If you really want to do this, then I'll help you get it done. At least this way I'll get to look the Rat King in the eye when I kill it. Damn right. If we're gonna do this, we need to find Melvina's old cabin. It should be west of here. Got it. I have to get the shiny object away from the Rat King if we want to kill it. That's probably gonna be tricky. I don't think she'll just let me saunter up and take it. You've stolen the shiny object twice already. Third time's the charm, right? Yeah, 3 makes a list. She rolls her shoulders, exhales heavily. Alright, let's do this. So we got options. Again, I don't know why this is not checked, but... Find and rearm the final scuttling charges, or use the alarm to warn Cadmus. I guess you could do both of those. Oh, that's a scuttling charge. Scuttling charge is old. very old. The case is cracked and leaking, and you can see exposed wires underneath. A large red toggle switch serves as safety. It is currently set to armed. Can I disarm it? Because that looks like that's rearming it. I don't think you should have these explosive charges all around. Oh god. They can roam so far. Ugh. Oh, there's another one over there that I can't even see. Okay. And you don't have like any good offensive options because we fucking got rid of them. I kind of want to target this one. Jesus Christ. Of course you did. So I want to shoot this with the grenades. Oh, fuck! That's bad. Can you shoot here? Like, shoot there. I guess that's good enough. Alright, well, Gobbit. It's AoE 2. I realize that now. Those are not adjacent characters. Hey, buddy. Alright, we get 2 attacks. Ugh. Okay, good. One missed. Kill that. Good. Nice. Don't do that. Good. Nice. Okay. We did it! It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Some ley lines here. Oh, another charge. Oh, but there's an item. Shamanic Salve. Heals 7 HP. Again, please. Oh, okay, that's how you do it. Okay. So you can do that. Okay. That was very... I thought I tried to do that last time and it just didn't work, but I guess I just didn't. Again, these all... Oh, God. I didn't want to arm them. I said... Wait, did I say... Shit. I meant... Did I say arm it instead of... I was trying to not arm it. I was trying to walk away. Did I hit the wrong button? Let's just not interact with them. Door is heavy, could easily be barred to prevent outside intrusion, but instead, it stands ajar. It's almost as if it's inviting you in. This is Malvina's old cabin, seat of power for the sinking ship. That's where the Rat King's gonna be. Once we go in there, we're gonna be in this. There's no changing our minds after we picked a fight with that thing. What do you say, Cade? Are we doing this or not? Not right now! We got more to do. One, we gotta set an alarm. Oh, hello. I guess that's the alarm, probably. So yeah, you could not fight the Rat King. You can just, presumably anyway. The idea is you can just try to blow the place up and then leave, and then you don't have to fight it. Just set it down at the ship. Of course, if we do kill it, we're going to have to ditch the shiny object. It's kind of got a one ring thing going on where it might be hard to do that, but... An old relay switch hangs off the wall. Plastic exterior of the case is broken in numerous pieces, and a jumble of wires spills out of the cracks. It must be the shipboard alert system, or what's left of it. Her eyes are drawn to a large lever marked alarm. Large lever marked alarm. Pull the lever twice to signal the Cadmus to start his mutiny. The alarm splitting system blares once, then twice. The sound is ear-splitting. Moments later, the distant sound of gunshots filters down from above. Alright, we gained a karma. How much karma? We do have a lot of karma. What could we be doing with it? Not really anything right now. Other than more body, but you know, who needs body? Okay. Is karma just XP? Yes. I mean, it's chunky XP. So each, the cost to increase a thing, to get a thing, is equal to its number. So this is 5 XP to go to 5 body. It costs 1, and then it costs 2, and then it costs 3, and then it costs 4. And each of the skills underneath the attributes also cost the same thing. Let's go! Really wish there was another way in. Oh, hi. Well, look at you. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be another way in. I'm going to... I just intentionally... there's other scenes like this where basically you gotta finish your move before the dialogue starts. So I put myself in cover. The thing that looms over you is horrifying. A twisted amalgamation of woman and swarm. Knotted and... oh my god, they're fucking rats. I guess I didn't really think about it, but yes, that's... oh god, that's... oh, I just shuddered. Knotted and tied together into a single whole. Oh, it's so awful. I don't really hate rats, but I mean, that's really bad. Gobbet. The creature's voice is unnerving. 1,000 rumbling voices, all interwoven and laid over the top of Malvina's crisp, cultured speech. You have returned to us, little mouse. You, the instigator of our own ascendancy. The Rat King shifts its gaze to a nearby altar. A gleaming red stone, excuse me, has been ensconced within. Where's the red stone? I don't see it, unless it's that? Maybe. The keystone, the source of our unity, the font of power that makes us strong. Your gift to us, little mouse. You gave us what we needed to bring this raft to order. Gobbet's nose crinkles in revulsion. On her shoulders, madness and folly chitter and shriek. Those are her rats. Save me the speech, Malvina, or whatever you are. I'm not here to talk. New body isn't doing you any favors, by the way. You look like a furry tree stump. I enjoy rats individually with limited intelligence, yeah. The creature leans forward into the light. A fine-featured face with high cheekbones and piercing eyes stares down at you. The carpet of living vermin that bury the rest of Malvina's head and neck struggle and shriek. Our new body is beauty itself. Unity of biology and unity of purpose. Oh, unity, precision, perfection. It's celiacs. Malvina, what happened to you? Normally I would, say nothing, but... We are not Malvina. We are one, bound together for all time. The thing's voice grows to a roar, and you hear other sounds folded into it. Cacophonous, gibbering babble of things gone mad. We are order out of chaos, the death of entropy, a glorious unity. Oh, fuck this. She pulls the second slide on her weapon. We're here to kill this thing, not let it talk us to death. I think she should just shoot it. You don't have to wait for me. You hear the scrape of claws on metal. Something is headed your way. Yeah, that is! Okay. Huh. This is such a garbage team. This is the fucking support team. It's all the support characters with no heavy hitter. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. It's said enough times she's invincible otherwise. Oh, yeah, we gotta find the swarm. Or the swarm, the stone. Which is over here-ish. Okay, got it. Can you get over there? No, I can't. I can actually almost get over there. That's what it looks like, it's over there. So everyone just needs to probably run. Hi, okay. Yep. Where is the fucking thing? I mean, that looks like it is it. But I can't seem to interact with it. Maybe I do have to shoot her. Gobbet might need to interact with it. Yeah. I mean, I selected her too, I thought, and it didn't seem like she could do it. Yeah. No interactions coming up. I don't know, so maybe it's just gonna be gotta wait. Seems like she's melee, which is interesting. I think she'd be shooting magic at me. What does this do? Oh, that might actually be useful. Doesn't affect AoE abilities. I mean, you probably just need to run away more. She can definitely get to you over here, but I don't know. Shoot. Hi! Oh, whoa, fuck. Oh, fuck, that's bad. She fucking threw a... What's on the desk? A chair. This, you mean? It is a chair. It is a throne. Yeah, I mean, there's... like, because there's a button for, you know, show interactables. And if I push it, nothing comes up. So, I'm not really... I'm guessing we had to defeat her. Like, I'm guessing it's like, oh, you put her down and then Gobbet can get it because, you know, she's temporarily down, I guess. Obviously, it's not going to be permanent, but enough. Seems like this is fine. Okay. Ah, there's the shiny object. Where is the shiny object? Also, those are fucking horrifying giant rats. Also hate that they get to act before I do. Especially because I'm probably gonna fucking die. Where's the shiny object? Oh, it's right there? Not a fan of the tails, yeah. I don't... Where's the shiny object? Gobbet, can you... Oh, you could pick it up. Pick up shiny object. The Rat King shrieks as Gobbet lifts the shiny object in her hands. In its voice, you can hear the echoes of 1,000 inhuman beings. Also, you need to destroy it. Cast it into the fire, Gobbet! This is interesting. She hugs the shiny object to her chest, her bare hands caressing the stone. I can feel Malvina's control over the rats. It's like 1,000 strings connecting her to them. And it feels like one of the Rat King's servitors shudders in place. So yes, only Gobbet could do it. I couldn't do it. Slowly, seemingly against its own will, it lifts its head to stare at you. I can tug at those strings. Oh no. Oh no. Malvina's cultured voice is overtaken by the inhuman roars of the others, things that share her body. We will rend you to pieces! Tear your flesh to shreds! I assume this basically sounds like some of the Shodan shouting, where it's all, like, weird, you know, overlayered distortion. That's what's in my mind. Gobbet dances back, cradling a shiny object like a newborn baby. She begins to laugh. Buy me a little time, Seattle. I'm still getting used to this thing, but if you give me a minute or two, those demon rats will be mine. A minute or two? I can do that. I don't think I can do that. Well that's... seems like a bad image there. Okay, so I think I just need to run away. I don't have a healing. I mean, I have a healing kit on myself. What does this do? Oh, that's terrible. Alright, I think I just have to run away. You can use your grenades. What? How, that did damage to her? She's definitely not within... I mean, it says it's blocked, so I guess it didn't deal damage to her, but... Oh, they didn't do anything. What? What? I'm confused. Are we just gonna sit here? Great. Sometimes it happens. You don't have AoE other than this. So. Oh, it did actually hit her. An ominous chittering noise fills the air. Whoa! Ouch! Ouch. Oh, now we have the rats. Oh, bite? Oh, they also have noxious breath. It's an AoE, so we don't want to use it right now until we get Gobbet out of there. Okay. So you are... How are you wounded? Show me, please. Okay, I guess I don't get to see anyone. Really? What? You can't wound any? You can't heal anyone? Not even yourself? Are you not allowed to? What? It said no wounded. What? I was fucking... Isabel shot Gobbet with grenade launcher 4 times. Isabel and Gobbet are very old, good friends, and it's just what like, this is just the way to, 3 of those times, 2 of those times didn't do any damage, 3 of them were, I mean, this doesn't seem like that should be within range of the 2 squares or whatever. You missed a 90... That thing is missed twice. It's like, that's your high, super high damage spell. You gotta... Come on. Alright. I can't even see... Oh, well, it did good. That's what it did. Really? Alright, do this. All 2 damage. You missed! How do you miss? Alright, I will try shooting her. Oh. I wanted Gobbet to do it, but I didn't think it was going to be... I thought it was going to be more than 1 hit. The Rat King's body shudders and convulses. As you watch, the living carpet of devil rats that forms the majority of its bulk begins to writhe. Those aren't devil rats, though. The devil rats that we fought were fucking huge. Those are like... cat-sized rats. Malvina opens her mouth to speak, but she'll never know what she was going to say. The only sound that escapes from her throat is a long, ragged scream. With a dawning horror, you come to realize what you're looking at. The devil rats that surround Malvina are turning inward. Oh, no! She's being eaten alive. Gobbet stares, dead-eyed, at her former friend as the swarm that is bound to her rips her body apart. Black blood pours in the rivers to the aluminum-lined floor. Come on, Gobbet. Let's get the hell out of here. You go if you want to. I'm watching this. I owe Malvina that much. You do? I don't understand how that's a responsibility. The ghastly feast unfolding before you continues long after Malvina's screams have died away. Finally satisfied, Gobbet nods to you. Also, I mean, we could have just, like Iz could have just thrown a grenade at it and killed those things, now that they're not magical. Probably would have, like, instantly killed Malvina rather than letting her get eaten. The raft is ours. It's over. The PDA buzzes. She glances down on it, then turns the screen so you can see Cadmus's grim visage fills the screen. I don't know what you just did, but whatever it was, it worked. Those rat things turned on Malvina's loyalists. He wheezes into his mask, gulping in purified air. And when they got done eating him, they started eating each other. Gobbet stares down at the shiny object that she holds clutched in her hands. Yeah, I know. I told them to. right after I did the same to the Rat King. Melvina's dead, Cad. You did good, Gobbet. You and your friends. We won. Come on up topside. The celebration is in order. Shakes her head. No, Cad. No celebrations. No milling around. You can keep this place. I'm done with it. Too many bad memories. Besides all that, you got a hell of a mess on your hands. I'll be damned if I'm gonna help clean it up. You already helped us clean up, Gobbet. We'll always owe you for that. Yeah, well, let's not make a big thing out of it. Goodbye, Cad. Good luck. She flicks the PDA off. The screen goes dark. Captain Jomo's still waiting for us outside. Ready to go home? We gotta deal with the shiny object. Beyond ready. She passes the shiny object from one end to the other, scowling. And this stupid thing is taking a one-way trip to the bottom of the bay. Good call! Come on, Seattle. Let's go home. Alright, well, I guess it wasn't even an issue of, like, is she gonna try and keep it? I guess that's probably better to... That's very overplayed. Captain Jomo's speedboat carries you away from the sinking ship, now liberated from the tyranny of the Rat King once and for all. The shiny object rests with Malvina's bones at the bottom of Hung Hom Bay. Is that where Malvina's bones are? I don't think that's where Malvina's bones are yet. It's only an issue if you want to keep it. Well, that's true. Gobbet stares back at the raft as it recedes into the distance. Her expression is at once happy and sad. Isabel takes her hand, and together they turn away. Yui grows closer. You're going home. Eight karma. Look at all that karma. Oh, I forgot to sleep after the last mission. Oh well, it's fine. I mean, it was kind of urgent. That made sense to actually not sleep for that one. Your comlink chirps and Kindly Cheng's rusty voice slides through the speaker. You can hear the sound of mahjong players laughing in the background. It's Auntie Cheng, dear. Well, you sound happy, Auntie Cheng. Oh, I am, my sweet. I'm one step closer to breaking, Josephine sang. I have a lead on the location of the plastic-faced man. The man we saw in the surveillance footage, meeting Raven Black at the tea house on the docks. Where is he? Not on the comm. Come see me and we'll talk. Alright. Action points! Yay! I was wondering when this was going to happen. So yeah, at a certain point, this happened in the previous game as well. You're basically considered, even though there aren't levels in this game, well, there are levels for the companions, but there aren't levels for you. But at a certain point, you're considered basically high level, and you get 3 action points base instead of 2, which is very useful. Also, everybody leveled up. We'll have to deal with that. Not right now. Beginning of next time, I guess. Let's go back to the or not the raft, but the boat. What is it? The bolt hole. Do we want to talk to everyone? It's gonna take a while to talk to everyone. If we don't talk to everyone, it's gonna take like an hour next time because there's so much people. There's so much talking in this game between missions, which is great. I also do need to use some of this karma. Which is probably gonna be. I'm gonna have to go check out the spells, see what spells I can buy. I like the portrait a lot. So we have 3 missions. Presumably Kindly Cheng might be giving us another mission. We're not going to get any money for that, but obviously. But I guess we'll get some more money from these other missions. I feel like we have less money in general in this game compared to Dragon Ball, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I was thinking about if I want to do anything more right now because we could do the talking and stuff, but I think I'm just going to end it right here because I'm a little bit... But I'm glad. This is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this game. And I'm glad I got back to streaming. Hopefully I'll be streaming more this week, but probably not tomorrow because normally I don't stream on Wednesdays. Yeah, quit. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me tonight for Shadowrun Hong Kong. Hopefully I'll be back next Tuesday to continue this. Let me go to the schedule. This is the rest of the schedule. So I will hopefully be doing this more, doing more of these because I didn't really stream like at all last week. There's a lot of stuff going on, but yeah. Schedule's also below the stream. You can follow for notifications when I go live. You could sub for emotes to my cats. We had both my cats on camera at different points tonight. They're very cute. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys have fun, and I hope you join me again in the future. So, good night.
So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I say so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together
In the box.
and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Goodbye for now, until we meet